It's time now for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network. This game is brought to you in part by the Mallory Agency, Kia of LaGrange, Wellstar West Georgia Medical, the Medicine Cabinet, Kemp's Carpet, and ML Aubrey. Now to the field for Troup Tigers high school football.
And welcome to Troup High School football. What a lovely Friday night. I'll be doing your play-by-play tonight. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with got a newcomer here tonight with us. We're joined by Blake Alford. Blake graduated Troup High probably about 5 years ago. I might be telling his age a little bit. I told him it'll be 20 years before you know it. But he's been wanting to join us. He kind of hung out with us a couple weeks ago, and we're proud to have him here and I look forward to working with you tonight, Blake.
I look forward to being here, Greg. It is an honor and a pleasure. I was thinking about it on the way here tonight. You know, as a kid, I remember we'd mute the TV and we would do our own play-by-plays on the television. So this is really, I guess you could say I've been training my whole life for this.
Well, we have a lot of fun. You know, we as much as Jack and I have been doing this, hey, you know, we're still making mistakes, and it's going to happen. But you know what? We're all about having fun and just conveying the plays to the listening audience. Working with us here, operator tonight is Spence. Spence been with us for this is his second year. Appreciate him being here. Jack's on. He had a personal vacation or a little event going on tonight, so he's out tonight. Next week we've got our annual trip planned. It's the boys' weekend, so I will not be here next week with Jack. Jack Mormon will be back next week calling play-by-play when we host Spencer next week here at Callaway Stadium. But with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back probably 2 spots back, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the region season opener for both of these teams, the Troup Tigers and the Hardaway Hawks.
Hi, friends. TOW Todd Parrish here at Kia LaGrange, and I want to personally invite you to see the evolution of the sedans. Our friends and neighbors at Kia Motors manufacturing plant in West Point have totally transformed the Optima into the sedan of the future. The all-new, totally awesome 2021 K5. Yep, it's okay to stare because it's show-stopping and jaw-dropping. Starting only at $23,988. Hurry on over to Kia LaGrange at 1217 Lafayette Parkway or check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Slot number 112750 to Kia LaGrange for complete details.
What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle? A combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more. Because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve?
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
The crowd is still piling in here tonight as this is the Troup Tigers region opener against the Hardaway Hawks, a home game tonight. And I see a lot of fans out there, Blake, that's still tailgating, if you will. And we've got the Troup High Touchdown Club 10 up. And if you guys hadn't had a chance to get some merchandise with Tiger logos and designs on them, please feel free. Each and every Friday night, the Touchdown Club of the Troup High Tigers will have a tent set up just as you can on the home side. We'll have all kind of merchandise, hoodies. I know it's a little bit early, but we've got hoodies already printed, and we've got several designs on T-shirts, and we've got some hats and stadium cushion seats, which sometimes these bleachers get a little hard. I'm looking down now, and I see several people have already purchased their neoprene seat cushions, which are really nice, and we've got some pom-poms down, the little shakers, if you will, down there for the fans in the stands. Blake, you know, this is an experience. You know, we even with social distancing, you know, it seems like each local team is going to be selling out their tickets this year to the point where you can even overflow over to the visitor side. So it's kind of fun to see because, you know, the thing is we're in this region this year with Columbus, the Columbus teams, and I know I'm not telling anybody that's listening that they don't already know that they historically don't travel very well, even at their home games, and that's sad to say, but you know, so there's plenty of opportunity for social distancing on the visitor side tonight for sure.
There's plenty of 6-foot gaps over there, more like 30 to 40 yard gaps on the other side as we look at it right now.
Well, the gaps, that's what we're hoping to hit tonight for the Tigers lineup. against these Hardaway Hawks. You and I were talking a little bit about the Hardaway Hawks during our pre-game pep, if you will, and they've got a kid there. He's a junior defensive lineman, Michael Williams, number 24. He stands 6'5", 255, and last week I had the opportunity to come here and I just wanted to come watch Hardaway and Callaway play, and just to see what we were going to see this week against Hardaway. And he will be the tallest guy on the field. He will be one of the biggest guys on the field, and he goes back to a few years when King Makuta was playing with the Tigers. He had that bigness about him on the field. He can't go unnoticed.
Yeah, well, when I was coming up, I graduated in 2014, as Greg said, and Reuben Foster was that guy for us. He would be out on the field, and he'd just tower over everybody, And number 24, for those guys tonight, is the one you want to keep your head on a swivel for, because you come around the end and not looking, he's going to clean your clock.
And he's got such a long reach as well, Blake.
Yep.
So that means a lot. He's in on a lot of tackles that a shorter guy, maybe a shorter arm guy, wouldn't be in on. So that reach really means a lot. Hardaway comes in tonight with a 1-1 record. They beat America Sumter a couple of weeks ago, 33-3, and then of course a loss last week to a tough as Callaway Cavaliers teams, as the Tiger family knows that, as we lost to Callaway on our second game, and we're 0-2. But this is really, when you open up your region schedule, this is really when it counts. Because it determines playoff spots, and like Coach Glisson has told me really all preseason long, is that the game that concerns him the most, which should be the first region game, and that's against these Hardaway Hawks, because they're a scrappy bunch. They sure are. We got a chance to watch them last week, and I don't know how much depth they've got. It seemed like they had a couple players go down last week, and you could see the concern in the coach's eyes on the sidelines, because we were over on the visitor side. But, man, they just never give up. They just keep coming at you, and that's one of the things that the interior line on both sides of the ball have got to be aware of.
Yeah, if you're a Troup Tiger, the first two games were not fun to watch.
No.
There was just a lot of long faces, if you will, on the sidelines and the stands. And, I think tonight for our Troup Tigers, it's time to make a statement. This here is going to change the momentum of your whole season. You're coming into your first region play, and as we're looking through this lineup here, Greg, there's a lot of seniors out there. I know we're being led by freshman quarterback Teo Todd. But there's a lot of seniors on this lineup that, need to step up and say, you know what, this is our season. We almost didn't get this season. Let's step up to the plate here and play some football.
Interesting that you say that. I had an opportunity to go out and was visiting with Coach G and Coach Lynn Kendall, who's assistant head coach, earlier this week. I had to take some forms out there, and Royce White came over and talked to me, and I said, Royce, this is your senior year, buddy. As you just said, I said, we almost didn't have one, and you are finally getting the weight up, and he looks like a D1 player.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And I told him, patting my belly, I said, I can tell you how to gain some weight, for sure.
Potatoes.
Yes, and so guys like Royce White that's been out there for 3 or 4 years now, it seemed like yesterday he was a freshman, and Zy Varner, all of a sudden, these guys, Marcurius Kelly, Will Cooley's, we talked about him on the Monday night radio show, and the whole offensive line, and we've got 3 seniors that are going to be missed, and yes, of course, they're going to be led by freshman quarterback Teo Todd. Brandon Todd was a quarterback for the Tigers back in the late 90s, and so now to see his son come along and earn the starting job, there's no question, if anybody's watched the Tigers for the first 2 games, realize that Teo Todd is a gamer. He's made some freshman mistakes, but you know what? He's learning each week.
That's
and
right.
We're excited to kind of see what he's going to do tonight. Hey, with that, you're listening to the Troup High Tigers football broadcast here live on Eagle Sports. We're going to take a couple of spots back. We'll be right back.
Hi, football fans. Michael Lee from Glenn Smith Chevrolet Opelika. We love this time of year and all the excitement of football. We also love the Glenn Smith Camp Play, part of supporting high school sports. We salute the team, coaches, bands, cheerleaders, and, of course, the families and fans. We're proud of your Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer of East Alabama and West Georgia. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC. Get ready to smile.
Getting the kids to practice on time, remembering if it's your day to bring snacks, making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
At ML Aubrey, we are proud to sponsor the Troup Tigers this year. ML Aubrey is the oldest continuously operated family-owned farm supply store in the South. We have feed for every animal, of course, but we do sell lots of Carhartt clothing, plus Rocky, Georgia, Dan Post, and Muck boots. We sell food plot seed with all the different seeds you need. Our 5-way Pats blend is only $16.95 for 50 pounds, and this year, 50 pounds of our own Triple 13 is only $10.45 a bag at ML Aubrey. We are ML Aubrey, Main Street, beautiful downtown Roanoke.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
What a beautiful night here at Callaway Stadium as your Troup Tigers take the field tonight against the Hardaway Hawks in our Region 4A, Region 2 season opener. And, you know, we've had some rain earlier this week, Blake, but today it's been overcast. It's been kind of nice, a little bit muggy, maybe the low 70s. I think we made it up to maybe 73, and what a nice evening this been. You know, we were concerned that there might be some pockets of rain coming in, but unlike the days of old when we had grass field out here and it rained, it was just a mud bowl. We're so thankful that through the years that the funds have been available to have this nice turf out here, and they've added, you know, beautiful concession stands on both sides, and recently have renovated, in the last few years, renovated both the home side locker rooms as well as the visitor side locker rooms. So Callaway Stadium has always been and still remains today one of the nicest and prettiest high school football stadiums in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, I could agree with that, Greg. You know, as I was coming in tonight, I said, you know, it is a beautiful night to play some football under the lights. You know, we've got a little bit of overcast. You know, we're hoping that rain sweeps by us another way. But it's just a good night for football. You know, you come out, you enjoy it with your family and your friends. You know, it's something to get out of the house after quarantine for so many months. You know, it's nice to see people get out and gather just to enjoy and watch some high school football tonight.
That's true. You know, hey, fans, I also want to remind you, all games and shows can be heard online at eagle1023.com, and that includes Monday nights. Every Monday night we'll have a show at Your Pie Pizza, sponsored by Kia of LaGrange as well as Your Pie Pizza, and we'll have a Kia automobile out there each week, and we'll talk about the Kia automobile. You'll get a chance to you guys come on out and visit us. Let's see, Callaway goes on radio at 7. I'll follow up with Coach Glisson and the Troup Tigers at 7:30, and then the LaGrange Rangers will end it at 8 o'clock. But, man, what a great opportunity to come out and enjoy some pizza, fantastic food there at Your Pie. Plenty of social distancing. We're actually out on the porch, a veranda area. It's screened in, so when it gets colder, we've got an opportunity to close their clear plastic screen so we can see out, but we can have the heat on. But it'll be also just a fun time. You get a chance to talk with the coaches, and there's some assistant coaches, and sometimes the coaches will even bring players. And it's just a neat time to come and kind of hang out for 30 minutes or an hour, kind of overlap a couple of shows. And it's been exciting. It's been fun. And so I'd encourage you to do that. You can also catch us on Facebook Live at each and every Monday night, as Eagle 1023 will be shooting that on the eagle1023.com and the Facebook Live as well. So with that, you know, we talked about this big kid from Hardaway. I got a chance to watch him last week, but he's number 24, and his name is Michael Williams. And I assumed he was a senior last week, but he's a junior, so he's not only got the rest of this season, but he's got all next season, and he's already a big D1 prospect. So it'll be interesting to see which team he decides to choose, because he's probably got them all at his doorstep now, Blake.
That's right. You know, he's just so big and towering, like you said, but you can look on the stat sheet and says, you know, he makes up for it there as well. With the tackles, you know, sacks, tackles for loss, and things like that. You know, this kid's coming to play football. I know we're the Troup announcers and stuff like that, and the Troup radio show, but you know, it's good to see, you know, kids get all that attention like that. You know,
absolutely,
and show off their talent. You know.
Well, you know, we've shown certainly respect to the other teams as well. we're going to take another break as the band's coming onto the field, and we'll come back. We'll have the national anthem and ceremonies, as well as the color guards coming out. And then it'll be not too long after that, we'll have the coin toss. You're listening to Troup High Football on Eagle Sports.
Kia of LaGrange would like to personally invite you to see the evolution of the sedan. Kia has transformed the Kia Optima into the sedan of the future. The all-new, totally awesome 2021 Kia K5. Yep, it's okay to stare because it's show-stopping and jaw-dropping. You can drive a 2021 Kia K5 LX model starting at only $23,998. Test drive one today. Kia of LaGrange at 1217 Lafayette Parkway.
Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, your locally owned and operated flooring professional since 1977. With a huge inventory of hardwood, tile, carpet, area rugs, and vinyl flooring, add the wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, and you'll enjoy your flooring for years to come. So drop in and pick out your flooring, and they will measure your home and give you a free estimate quick. Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And like Kemp's Dalton West Flooring on Facebook and Instagram. Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945, and they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs, and Thursday all-you-can-eat catfish, and with their Brunswick stew is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish, so dine in or use a convenient drive-thru Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
Hello, I'm Steve Butts, and recently joined the wonderful staff here at the Medicine Cabinet on Moody Bridge Road. As a lifelong resident of Troup County and 32 years of pharmacy experience, I look forward to reacquainting myself with old Coley Drugs customers and to taking care of you and your family with all your pharmacy needs here at the Medicine Cabinet, with 3 locations in LaGrange: Lee's Crossing, Vernon Road, and Moody Bridge. Remember, we still do custom compounding of prescriptions here at the Moody Bridge location, and I have the keys in my pocket.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Welcome back to Troup High Tigers football. As we're getting ready, the color guards have made their way to midfield, and we're about ready for the national anthem.
High School Marching Tigers will be playing.
Turn up the crowd, Mike. We'll let you listen to the Troup High band.
The field direction of Drum Major Jackson Everingham. We invite you to remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Big hand for our band. And
there you have it. The Troup High Tiger Marching Band. What a great job they do each and every year. And they're kind of casual tonight in T-shirts and shorts. And the majorettes and the auxiliaries are in their T-shirts. And it's kind of just a nice night. Hadn't quite got into the swing of things as far as full uniforms. But Blake, as I look down through the crowd, it's just encouraging to see, like Joseph Harry and his son Colby. Colby played a couple of years ago and graduated. but yet they keep coming to the ball games. And I see Richie and Tara Messer, their son Jay Brody played several years ago, and 2 or 3 years ago, and graduated with Colby Harry, and they're both down at Troy University now. But they still come to the games, and I see the Walkers and the Kellys, and man, it's just so many to mention. And it's just wonderful. The Munkuses, it's nice to see the alumni to come back when they could be sitting at home and listen to us on the radio or going out to eat or just doing anything, but they choose to come to support their Troup Tigers. And that's what makes Troup Tigers family, and it's just nice to see.
Yeah, well, Greg, it's all in the atmosphere of football here in the South. Fall time is for football. We're kicking off a little SEC play in the collegiate world this Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. I can almost smell the chicken wings now. It's just all in the atmosphere.
I'm sorry, where am I coming?
Yeah. But to see the kids running around the sideline, tossing the ball, and just waiting on the day for they can step out on the field at big leagues. It's a good sight to see.
Well, we've got some players from the Tigers over the last few years that'll hopefully be making their debut tomorrow, especially for the Auburn Tigers. And then we've got some that we got Makuta that hopefully he'll make the starting lineup over at Alabama this year, and that's going to be exciting to see with him going on. And we've got a handful at JUCO that we'll have to just keep up with through the press releases and what have you. But it's kind of nice to see that the coaching staff is. Even though Coach Glisson there at Troup High, the head football coach, has had a couple staff changes over the last couple of years, but he's still been able to bring some new coaches in and just reload, if you will, and just keep rolling. I know when Kelby Hope left a couple of years ago to go to Valdosta, Coach Brewer stepped right in, and he was a quarterback coach. But then he just stepped right in, and he has done such a fabulous job with this offensive unit. And hopefully we're going to see a little bit, maybe a little different offensive style coming in tonight. Not too much, but a little bit different passing games, if you will. He's trying to incorporate a couple of guys into the game that we've seen. I saw at practice earlier this week. When I talk about a couple of guys, and I'm talking about junior Jake Lane, you might be able to hear his name called out. Number 16, he's a tight end, a defensive end. And then you've got number 30, Andrew Townsend, that was actually I didn't recognize him at wideout at practice the other day because I'm so used to seeing him at D-back. And, man, he's got some hands. And, of course, they're trying to you've got Zy Varner and Marcurius Kelly is going both ways. So trying to kind of encourage some of these other guys to take an active role to step their game up, so to speak.
Yeah. I just see some of our Tigers coming out from underneath the bleachers here. We've got the traditional uniforms tonight, gold pants, navy with gold numbers, and navy hats. And coming out in the traditional uniforms, I'm hoping to see some smash mouth football. We hadn't got out to a good start. Our Troup Tigers haven't scored until the second half all season, so I hope we get out and punch a few of those points in quick tonight.
Well, I hope you're right. But I heard the coach talking about the traditional uniforms. We do love that navy on gold. And the players, he asks the players each week, hey, what do you think you ought to wear? And he'll mix up the uniforms and what have you. So this week they've chosen to wear navy tops, gold numbers, gold pants, and, of course, the traditional navy helmet with a white rocking tee on it. They've gone to a white tee. We used to use a gold tee, but we've gone back to a white tee, and it really sets the uniform off. It's just it's a good look, and a lot of people say it looks kind of like the old Michigan Wolverine look. You go way back. It's a deep navy, and it's a good-looking yellow gold, and it's a good color combination for the Tigers uniforms. We're we'll give you the captains as they make the way to the center field. You've got senior center Will Cooley, and you've got senior wideout Marcurius Kelly. You've got a couple of new opportunities this time. You've got 10th grader Jacob Bailey, number 41. I think he'll probably represent special teams. And then you've got number 12, Tyson Duncan, who is a junior quarterback, left-hander. Now, I've always kind of had special likeness for Tyson as he's coming up. He shows true grit, and I've watched him at practice, and he's got a motor, and he's got to be ready. He's got to practice like he wants to play, because if something, God forbid, were to happen to Teo Todd, if he goes down, Duncan's got to be ready to step in and take over that offense. And I tell you what, if you ever got a chance to watch him at practice, you would assume he's the starting quarterback. He's just that in sync with that offense.
Gotcha. I know you mentioned special teams, Greg. Number 41 out there representing our special teams in the captain lineup there. A couple of weeks ago against the Cavaliers, we had a few special team glitches, a few hesitations to grab some balls.
That's
that
right.
Could have been some costly turnovers there on our end. I'm curious to see how our coaches have ironed out some of those wrinkles for us this week in our special teams.
Well, as Coach G said on Monday night's show there at Kia of LaGrange, he has fired the special teams coach, and then he chuckled. He said, "That's me, actually." So he's planning on making some changes and make sure these guys know that they're part of this team. Number 60 for Hardaway is their captain. The kid's name is Matthew Long. He's a senior center, so we'll see a lot of him tonight. He'll get a chance to call the coin toss. I've got my binoculars. I'll see if I can help you out. And so the white hat tosses the coin. Coin's down. It looks like Hardaway is one of the tall. He's checking with him what he wants to do. So he'll see if he will take receiving or if he'll defer. So, all right, they're going to be heading from south to north. The Troup Tigers will be heading from south to north. So Hardaway won the toss, and they'll decline to defer to the second half. So it looks like the Tigers might be starting out on offense, which, we traditionally like to start out on offense. So that's a good thing. I tell you what, right before kickoff, you're listening to Troup High Tiger Football on Eagle Sports. We're going to be back after a couple of messages.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit oneffc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Hi, football fans. This is Rob Smith from Glenn Smith in Opelika. We are happy to be a sponsor of high school football. We believe that high school athletics builds character among young people, and we are honored to lend our support. This is a great area to live, play, work, worship, and retire. In our 28th year, we are your Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer for East Alabama and West Georgia. Online at glennsmith.com, Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC. Get ready to smile.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
You still don't need to buy no ugly shirt now. At Mud Creek Graphics, we have over 23 years of experience bringing you the very best in apparel printing. Our exceptional graphic artists will work with you to create beautiful custom designed t-shirts for any occasion. But that's not all. Mud Creek is there for you for the printing of banners and signs that will get your message across to everyone. We love supporting our local schools every year, so for your custom t-shirts, signs, banners, embroidery, and more, like Mud Creek Graphics on the Book of Faces, or visit us at 211 Greenville Street.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Perfect timing as the Tigers just broke through the big banner breakaway as they've come to the sidelines and getting ready, having their offensive guys get together and the defensive guys get together, and even the special teams, receiving teams. Looks like the Tigers will be receiving the ball first, and their backs will be toward the south end zone, so they'll be going actually toward the north end zone. They'll be heading right to left on your radio dial. So the Tigers will take offense first as we've got dropping deep for the Tigers should be Anthony Ferguson and Marcurius Kelly. In the middle there, you've got number 4 for the Tigers. Zy Varner will stand at about the 20-yard line for the Tigers. As we await our kickoff, Isaac Andrews will be the near guy, the up back. So, and Hardaway they were consistently last week kicking it down to about the 10, and that's where Ferguson stands. So the kickoff. It's taken off. It's bounced off Ferguson's shoulders. He picks it up about the 9-yard line. He'll come toward the Troop sidelines. Got a hole wide open.
Yeah.
He breaks it. One player to beat. It's Anthony Ferguson in his foot race. No flags down. He's at the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Tigers!
Talking about striking fast,
Sweet.
Greg.
I think
It doesn't get much
that.
faster than that.
That's nothing like opening kickoff or kickoff return for a touchdown. And what's about as sweet, we just got through talking about, you brought it up, special teams. And what good retribution there for the special teams to open it up with a touchdown. So good job, Troup High Tigers. And that's the first touchdown we had. I think I need to go back and look for a year or two at least. I tell you, that's kind of exciting to open up a game. So with 11:46, we had I think I'll go down as like a 90, about a 91-yard touchdown return because he really bounced off and he picked it up on the 9-yard line. So we'll give him credit for a 91-yard touchdown as we get ready for the PAT. The PAT is up, and it looks good from here. And it is. So with that, Cody Bray kicks it through for your Tigers. 11:46 to go. In the first quarter, we opened up with a touchdown. Your Troup Tigers 7, Hardaway Hawks 0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, friends. TOW Todd Parrish here at Kia LaGrange, and I want to personally invite you to see the evolution of the sedans. Our friends and neighbors at Kia Motors Manufacturing Plant in West Point have totally transformed the Optima into the sedan of the future. The all-new, totally awesome 2021 K5. Yep, it's okay to stare because it's show-stopping and jaw-dropping. Starting only at $23,988. Hurry on over to Kia LaGrange at 1217 Lafayette Parkway or check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Dot number 112750 is Kia of LaGrange for complete details.
State Farm, this is Bill.
It finally got me, Bill.
What's that, Rick?
The Clark Street crater, the mother of all potholes.
Oh.
Year after rim-wrecking year, it's tormented the people of this town. It got me good.
But you know, State Farm's got you too.
You hear that? You ain't nothing!
You trash talking a pothole?
Yes, I am.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
And welcome back. The Troup Tigers just tried a little. Isaac Andrews was on the kickoff there, and he was able to pooch kick it down to about the 30-yard line, and almost the Tigers had enough air up under it. Almost was able to recover it before it kicked out of bounds. And so Hardaway Hawks will have their first possession. They'll start first down from the 35 as that kick went out of bounds. But good idea by the Troup Tigers trying to make something out of the kickoff. We didn't really go over the starting defense, but we'll have a freshman, Blake. Quay Birdsong been really, really impressive at that defensive end. So I'm anxious to see kind of what he'll show out tonight on. Harvey Hawks comes up, and they'll come up with a kind of a pistol backfield. They've got a little H-back setting up behind the offensive tackle. He takes a snap, hands it off right up the middle, and he's hit immediately by number 10 for the Tigers, Jace Godwin, from his linebacking position, but not after. He was actually hit immediately about the 3-yard. He had a good burst, but he fell forward for another 2. It's going to be about second down and 4 for the Hardaway Hawks as the ball moves out past the 45-yard line.
Yeah, coming up from that linebacker position, he's got to remember to wrap up completely when he makes that initial contact.
So the Hardaway Hawks back up to the line of scrimmage. They've got 2 wide outs to the left, a single to the right. Kind of a pistol position. Quarterback takes a snap. He tosses on a little toss sweep option, and he's hit hard, and he breaks away, missed tackle by the Tigers, and it looks like the Hardaway Hawks will break it for about a 57-yard TD right off left tackle, kind of a left end. They toss sweep, and you just had a couple of Tigers breaking that just didn't lock up, and you had just talked about that, Blake, is you got to lock up, and kid just bounced off the Tigers when they did go to.
Yeah, you know, they played the read option well there. They swarmed to the ball, but he just busted through about 3 Tigers there on the far hash, about the 45, and took it to the house.
Well, that was a 57-yard run by their tailback for Hardaway Hawks. Wait their point after touchdown. Ball is snapped. A little high snap. Late pass.
Block.
Quay Birdsong comes in from the outside and blocks the attempted PAT on a high snap. So with that, with 10:59, what a crazy first 2 or 3 plays of this Troup Tigers versus Hardaway Hawks ball game. Troup Tigers 7, Hardaway Hawks 6. We're going to take a commercial break right here. You're listening to Troup Tigers on Eagle Sports.
You want pizza. Your whole family wants pizza, but you want it your way, and the kids want it 3 different ways. So what do? You need Your Pie in LaGrange on Bull Street, because at Your Pie, you get your own pizza pie made just for you. Add as many toppings as you want, and the kids make theirs as wacky as they like. Then you enjoy your pizza at Your Pie while your family debates what your youngest ordered. Is it a pizza or a new dish altogether? Your Pie, Bull Street, downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
All right, so back at Callaway Stadium, what an interesting first couple of sessions where Troup Tigers takes a kickoff, opening kickoff back for a touchdown, and on the third play from scrimmage, actually second play from scrimmage, Hardaway takes it 57 yards for a touchdown. Your score early, 7-6, Troup Tigers over Hardaway Hawks. Kelly takes it on about the 15-yard line. He'll break out to the sidelines and he'll make it up. He'll make it up to about the 32-yard line. So the Tigers, on their second possession, technically, I guess it would be their first touch at quarterback, but they'll start from the 31-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. Mercurius Kelly on that kickoff return.
Yeah, Greg, we were talking during the break about the momentum swings that's happened so far. This is time for your offensive line to really set the momentum here again. Come out and play some of that 80s-style smash-mouth football here. Knock the first guy off the block and, set the pace, really.
Speaking of knocking off the block, you've got Teo Todd coming back in a pistol position. You got Mercurius Kelly wide out to the left, and he's in motion. Todd takes the snap, and immediately we've got a whistle blown. It looks like we're going to have false start by the offensive line. Speaking of that offensive line, senior Royce White, senior P.J. Jones, senior Will Cooley, junior Braxton Truitt, senior Demetrius Hurd, and that'll be your interior lineman for the Tigers. At wideout, you'll have senior Zy Varner, junior Buddy Wortham, junior Neville Dean, and actually sophomore Neville Dean. You'll have Anthony Ferguson at tailback and freshman Teo Todd at quarterback. Todd takes the snap a little bit low. He drops back 3 steps. He's going to take a go route to Mercurius Kelly, and it looks like there was a little pushing on either end, but he had a nice little seam route right down the hash marks, and Todd actually aired it right out, and it was in Mercurius Kelly's hands. Actually, that was, I think it's number 11, Buddy Wortham, goes up to catch that and almost brought it down.
If it wasn't for a little tug of the jersey there, I think that one would have went the way. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't run that again before the ball game, Greg.
Well, he's remember I said something start the game that coach is kind of wanting to open it up a little bit and do something that looks a little bit different, and so far they have. So Neville Dean, Buddy Wortham comes to this near side. Jake Lane goes in motion, and another false start by the Tigers, and it looks like it's coming from P.J. Jones, senior, transfer from Lynette High School, and just lifted his hand a little quick, and he's going to take a break, and we're going to have, I want to say Zach Smith comes in, so let's make sure I got that right. Zach Smith, he's a senior. He'll come in at left guard and give P.J. a little communication about how the snap goes. So Buddy Wortham and Neville Dean goes far out to the right. You'll have Mercurius Kelly in the slot here at the left. Todd takes the snap, tosses a little pitch to Mercurius Kelly inside. Kelly cuts it back up, and he'll pick up about 7 yards, get some of that back, so it'll move it up to the 27-yard line. It is kind of a strange look, Blake. He didn't hand it off. He just took it. He's kind of flipped it forward.
I was going to say that was a little interesting handoff there, a little gutsy, I guess, if you will. Well, there's a lot of room for error there.
Funny did you
we'll
say
see what
that.
They go back to.
Definitely have to practice that a lot. So third down and long for the Tigers. He'll hand off to Ferguson around the end. Ferguson is being pushed out of bounds a little bit. He'll make it all the way up to the 30, probably the 33-yard line is where they'll knock him out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down for the Tigers and about 8. So a little bit too long, perhaps. You never know what Coach Glisson might do, as he's been known to throw a few fake punts in there on 4th down. But, you're in your own territory at the 33-yard line. Might not necessarily do it this time. He's changed his punt formation. He's got 2 wideouts either side. And we'll take the snap. Snap's a good snap. Punter takes it. Nice. Oh, very nice spiral punt. Takes him all the way back to the 22-yard line.
Oh, and the
Tigers
wrapped him up.
do a great job at covering, as you said, Blake, all the way back to the 22-yard line. About a 48-yard punt and a gorgeous punt. And I wish was
that Coleman Irvin on the tackle there? I mean, just perfect wrap up there and just took the guy right to the ground.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. You talk about special teams, and so far, special teams have done their job tonight. It's the defense that didn't tackle too good on the last series. So let's see what will happen as the Hardaway Hawks on their second possession will have it first down at their, let's see, they've spotted it yet. They hadn't actually put the ball in play yet. I think they're waiting on a ball to come in from the sidelines, Blake. The White Hat's looking over to Hardaway's like, hey, we got to have a ball. We are playing football. Where's the ball?
Where's the pigskin?
So with 9:58 to go in the first quarter, it's like we just got underway. 7-6, your Troup Tigers over the Hardaway Hawks. And very interesting, a lot of action going on. You got a couple of stripes over there, a couple of three of the officials over on the Hardaway sidelines in a huddle talking to the Hardaway coaches. And I wish you could read lips, but I can't read that far, so I don't know really what they're discussing. But they've got a meeting going on.
Well, it was kind of funny. The center from Hardaway broke the huddle there and kind of turned and said, where's the ball?
That's true.
And I think the umpire over there might have it.
Well, they should spot the ball on about the 22, and that's where it was like the line judge is waiting. Actually, the referee is waiting to get the ball from the umpire. They're just out hanging out talking. So I tell you what, while they're talking, it looks like if they're going to be for a minute, let's take one spot back to the radio. We'll be right back.
Seems just like yesterday. He was running around the backyard playing football with his little brother, dreaming about the big game. Now he's here. He worked hard to make the team, and he's ready to take the field. And it's Synovus. We're here to cheer him on. From meeting your personal and business banking needs to pulling for the hometown football team on Friday nights, we're proud to be a part of our community. We're Synovus, the bank of here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
To set the stage for you on defense, you've got Quay Birdsong, defensive end. He's a freshman. You've got Jordan Adams, senior, nose tackle. Chris Hilton. Chris is really an unsung hero. He's in on a lot of plays, and sometimes we just don't catch his name, Blake, but he is a guy to be reckoned with. And then you've got Xavier Clark, number 22, a senior. He's on the defensive line, kind of an outside linebacker, kind of a hybrid guy. You've got Zy Varner, a senior. You've got Jace Godwin, a 4-year starter at linebacker. You've got A.J. Tucker. He's in his second year, started as a freshman. And A.J., we expect a lot out of him. Not only can the kid play linebacker, but he's a dadgum good running back as well. And then you've got sophomore Quay Moss, number 27. And then you got Sir Morgan, who is a senior cornerback. He's been around a while. Nazer Easter, who's a junior defensive back. And you've got senior Marcurius Kelly that sets up the defense. You've got, out of all of that conversation, looks like you had unsportsmanlike conduct from both teams, which are offsetting, and it took them 15 minutes to decide that penalty. At any rate, with 9:58 to go in this first quarter, Troup Tigers up 7-6. Hardaway Hawks will take the ball from their own 22 after a beautiful punt by the Tigers. Quarterback will be sitting the stage, number 4, DJ Lucas. He's a junior, 5'11", 175 for Hardaway, and he runs a commanding offense. He's got pretty good weapons. We talked earlier about how much depth they may or may not have, so got to be a little bit concerned about that as the play goes on. He's from the pistol, man in motion. Cuts upfield a little early, but quarterback takes a snap. He throws it over the middle, and nice tackle by, I want to say, let me see, get out of the way, Zy Varner, I believe, will make that tackle. Actually, no, it would be Marcurius Kelly. Really, a little stab out to the flats. Marcurius from his DB position comes up after a gain. Give him credit for 4. Blake, it'll be second down and 6.
Yeah, Kelly just shedded that block from that wide receiver over there and wrapped him up and took him right down.
You've got 2 wide outs. You've got a slot back for Hardaway. Stacked. You got a man in motion. Nice jump by the Tigers on the inside. Nice tackle in the backfield. Nice. That whole bunch of Tigers in the backfield on this and didn't fool a bit. You've got A.J. Tucker on the initial tackle. You've got Zy Varner coming up, Jordan Adams. And we talked about it, Chris Hilton, again, Xavier Clark. really just all of the Tigers. And that'll lose about 5 yards. It'll be third down and 11 for the Hawks of Hardaway.
Yeah, there was a host of Tigers on there. You mentioned the term scrappy earlier, Greg. It's all about being scrappy on defense, running to the football, getting where it's at.
Hardaway's got a slot receiver, 2 wideouts either side. Pistol backfield. We've got a flag on the play. Looks like we'll have motion by the Hawks. We'll take that from the 21-yard line. It'll back them up to the 16-yard line, so it'll be third down rather than third and 11. It'll be third and 16, Blake.
I think that motion might have came from linebacker Zy Varner there. Kind of shifted on the end there and kind of caused a little motion from their front there.
It's funny that you say that. Sometimes that defense can just move their hand. And just a little nuance like that will cause an offense if they're not focused. I've always said as a former offensive lineman, I know the snap, you don't.
That's right.
If I'm disciplined enough, I don't care what you do, and I'm focused, we've practiced, I'm not going to move. I don't care what you do. You can jump all you want to, and I'm just not going to move because I know the snap and you don't. That's a tough thing. You got to practice that tremendously. Same formation by the Hawks. The back will shift to the quarterback's right side. So he's back about 7 yards deep in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He turns. He hands it off right up the middle on a little scissors play. The Tigers are able to pull him down. Zy Varner on the tackle. He'll pick up about 6 yards, but that won't be near enough for a first down as the Hawks will come in and punt it. And I'm going to tell you, it'll be fourth down and about 10 and a half, maybe fourth and 11. We saw some opportunities last week for the Tigers to get in and block that punt, and it'll be interesting to see how they're coached on this punt rush as we've got nobody back deep. So they've seen something, and they're willing to let. And it's always been a short punt, so they're thinking that even if they don't block it and don't rough the punter, they should have it somewhere around midfield.
Maybe they can get a lucky bounce.
Oh, it's blocked. Nope, thought it was. That was a rag that came out of somebody's pocket. But as I said, he got a lucky bounce, but it was wrong luck.
Yeah. Hardaway bounce there on that one. But like you said, Greg, the Tiger brought the cavalry on that one, really was going for that block.
I thought Quay Birdsong, and they've got the referee is pulling them all together and talking. I hadn't seen a flag down on the field yet. There's got to be one out there if they're talking about it. But I did say there's a red cloth laying at the 10-yard line, which is where Quay Birdsong, I thought had got a hand on it, but I don't know why a red flag would be down there unless they're moving the red flags. I don't, which is going to be hard to spot if they've gone to red flags. It's kind of odd. But let's see what the referee says. Illegal motion by Hardaway, so they're going to get a chance to punt it again. So instead of punting from the 19-yard line, they should back it up to about the 14-yard line. Of course, Hardaway, hey, lucky break for the Tigers. When I say lucky, we'll see how this punt turns out. But Hardaway got a roll. I mean, it hit like on their 40, and it just bounced forward, and it came down to the Tigers' 41-yard line. So they got almost a 20-yard bounce out of it. So good break for the Tigers. Let's see if we can take the Tigers. And so they're going to back them up. They're going to be at the 11-yard line. So let's see. The Tigers will take a man back. Just slightly because they're anticipating. So number 34, DeMonte Reed will back up for the Tigers. Nice. Was a short punt straight up. And it takes a huge Troup Tiger bounce back to the 20-yard line. So the Troup Tigers will take over from the 21-yard line with 7:10 remaining. The Troup Tigers 7, Hardaway Hawks 6 on this punt. We're going to leave it right here because we're inside almost inside the red zone here, inside the 20. So the Tigers take over 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line, Blake.
And what a display of defense there by your Troup Tigers. Was that 3 and out, Greg, if I'm not mistaken there? I mean, just running to the ball, getting there. That was a display of defense there.
And they started on about the 36-yard line. They wound up on the 11, so heck of a defensive stance. All right, you got trips to the left, tight formation to the right. Teo Todd takes it, fakes it to the right, runs it back to the left. He is going to take it down to about the 2-yard line as we can talk about an RPO, but I don't know that was a read pass option. That was all Teo Todd as he faked to toss to the left, bend it back to the short side of the field, turn it up the field, and got all the way inside the 5. They're going to mark him down on the 1-yard line, so it should be 1st and goal for the Tigers on a nice run by Teo Todd out by that right side. And on that right side, you've got big Royce White and Braxton Truitt taking the way for him out there.
Yeah, everybody but the Hawks there knew that Teo Todd was getting the ball on that last play.
All right, so here we go. Todd takes a snap, hands it right off to Moss. Moss is right up the middle behind big Will Cooley.
Call is.
And they're going to mark him on about the 1-inch line is what they're saying. Look like, I've got the binoculars out. Looks like he would have crossed the line, but they're going to put the nose of the ball right at the goal line. So Devontae Moss made just a hard move right up behind Will Cooley and Braxton Truitt, your interior lineman. You've got Anthony Ferguson, your senior tailback, taking a break because I think the coaches might like to see Moss take it again right up the middle. Devontae Moss, a senior running back. So tight formation for the Tigers. Jake Lane goes in motion. Moss takes it again right up the middle, and he's hitting the backfield. He's going to lose about 3, and you kind of wonder what happened there. You got Will Cooley saying, come on, guys, let's go. And I don't know, it was a design belly play straight up the middle, but I'm not so sure that if they wouldn't have followed Jake Lane and 2 or 3 other blockers out to the left, that you may have had just a trot in there.
Yeah, it looked like their linebacker came off the corner right there and just sprinted to the backfield and made that tackle.
3rd down and goal for the Tigers. 5:25 left in the first quarter play. Troup Tigers trying to add a second touchdown on the board. Right now they lead 1 point, 7-6.
Back in the spread here, Greg.
Wow, they've got a spread. The offensive lineman's got wide spreads, and so let's see what happens. He'll take the snap, and Teo Todd will take it by himself. He's going to sneak in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Troup Tigers, Teo Todd.
You know, you line up with three receivers left, and your quarterback takes it to the right.
Well, I tell you what, he's a tough little rascal, and you had 3 receivers out there, but you also had Zy Varner kind of hanging out on a tight set on the right side, and all Zy did was just hook that defensive end and then scraped off and got the linebacker, and you had Royce White kind of pulling out there, help lead the way in the infield under the end zone. So you've got, for the Tigers, a PAT is up, and it is no good. Just a little wide right. We'd like to have those, but just a tad wide right. Cody Bray is on your PAT. With that being said, 5:07 first quarter. Your Troup Tigers 13, Hardaway Hawks 7. We'll be back after this on Eagle Sports.
Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, your locally owned and operated flooring professional since 1977. With a huge inventory of hardwood, tile, carpet, area rugs, and vinyl flooring, add the wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, and you'll enjoy your flooring for years to come. So drop in and pick out your flooring, and they will measure your home and give you a free estimate quick. Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And like Kemp's Dalton West Flooring on Facebook and Instagram.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
All right, the Troup Tigers on another kickoff attempt. Number 85 for the Tigers. Cody Bray will be doing the kickoff. Ball set on the 40-yard line. He raises his hand, says, hey, I'm ready to go. I hear the whistle. He looks back to either side, said, all right, Tigers, let's go. So he short kicks it. Straight up in the air. And they, I don't know that he called a fair catch, but the Tigers didn't. He just catch it. He caught it and stood there. So he caught it on about the 34-yard line, and that's where the Hardaway Hawks will take over. Once again, welcome back. I'm your host for play-by-play tonight, Greg Hicks. I've got Blake Alford joining me tonight. He's a Tiger alumni and always had an interest in being here at the game with us and calling games. So Jack Mormon's got a personal little night out with the family, and so he can't be here tonight. So Blake graciously agreed to come out and help out with the color commentating. And so far, we've had a good night.
It's been fun, Greg. See what they're going to do here.
Hardaway's got a man in motion. He'll hand it off to the man in motion. You got Jace Godwin being held outside, but he turned it back upside. And then you've got number 2, Sir Morgan, coming in from the DB. I mean, he just sprinted off that corner, and that'll go down as about a half a yard loss. I don't even think he got back to the line of scrimmage. So, but that, I tell you, Jace Godwin made that happen. Number 10, the outside linebackers. He stood, and he looked like he was being held. And I'm just saying, I got old eyes, but I got some good-looking binoculars out here. And he turned them back inside, and that's what saved the plays. You got great play by Jace Godwin. So you've got a couple of wideouts to either side for the Hardaway Hawks. The singles back in the backfield. He's going to move back over to the left side of the quarterback. Now he sends a man in motion behind the quarterback. He'll take the snap. He's looking left. He takes a – what a nice defensive play. I mean, you can't time it any better than that. You got
Nazir Easter coming up on that.
Mr. Easter time, baby. He came out and timed it just right. I really thought he was going for the pick, Blake, but he hit that guy right about the time it put his hands, and that's not a good combination because to hold on to the football, and he dropped the football. And
he hit him right in his lower back, as soon as he leaped for that ball and just jarred the ball loose.
3rd down and 10 for Hardaway. As they'll take, they've got 2 wide outs to the left, a single wide out to the right. They got a little back in the slot. He leads the way out to the left side. Under a lot of pressure by the court. I mean, the Tigers are chasing the quarterback. He just throws it away. Number 6 for the Troup Tigers catches it on the sideline. So we'll give Cullum Irvin a reception on that play. Cullum he'll think that's pretty good. Rodney Costley, man, we love you. He wants to know if we can turn up our volume. So I don't know if Rodney might have all right, Rodney, you need to turn up your hearing aid too, buddy. I'm just joking. We'll bring our mics closer to our mouth and see if that helps at all.
Greg, their quarterback just had nowhere to go. He turned to go towards the left hash, came back to the right, and was met by 3 or 4 more Tigers there. Good job by the front 4 there on that.
So they're back to punt. High snap, a lot of pressure. Short kick. The Tigers have nobody back. It's really going to take a lateral bounce. It hits on the 44, and it stays on the 44. So the Tigers take over with 3:58 remaining in the first quarter. Let's take quick 2 spots back. You're listening to Eagle Sports.
A Southern tradition since 1945, that's Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House. You can find them at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So when you're ready for lunch, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., come to Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for meat, 2 vegetables, and a bread, dessert, and drink for only $7.29. That's a big lunch for a small price. So when you're ready for a delicious barbecue and only U.S. farm-raised catfish, make your way to 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange for Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for a great meal.
Hello, I'm Tommy Whitworth from the Medicine Cabinet. It's great to be back to playing high school football. And since we had football last year, we have added 2 old pharmacy friends, Steve Butts and Dennis Montgomery, to our wonderful staff. The 3 of us combined have over 100-plus years of experience. We look forward to taking care of you and your family here at the Medicine Cabinet's 3 locations in LaGrange, Lee's Crossing, Vernon Road, and Moody Bridge. And as my old friend from Wedowee, Harold Harmon, said, we have the keys in our pocket.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Teo Todd takes the snap, hands the ball up to Anthony Ferguson, and he's met by, we think we called his name earlier, number 24, Big Michael Williams. I tell you what, he comes up, though. He was hammered by Anthony Ferguson, and Anthony's a lot smaller than him, but he hit him right in his gut. He comes back and he bends over, kind of holding his rib cage there, Blake. On the first play, however, unfortunately, we were still at commercial break. Had a little bad snap, kind of scooted by Teo Todd, and luckily for us, Anthony Ferguson was back there. We still lost about 14 yards, so we're looking at right now 3rd down and about 16 for the Tigers as the ball's resting on the 37-yard line. Trips to one side, doubles to one side. Teo Todd does a little stab pass out to Anthony Ferguson on the Troup sideline, and he is covered up by a host of Hardaway Hawks, and they really weren't fooled by that. But, you had a little stab pass sitting out there, and you had Kelly that had taken a little hitch, and he was back out here. You see him walking up. And so that could be something that they'll look for later on, in that you kind of threw it really hard out to Ferguson, and they just zoned in on him. But you got another wide out that's just sitting here kind of waiting. Interesting to see. So now the Tigers will go back, and you've got Kelly is going to make this punt. He's standing on the 30-yard line for the Tigers. Long snap. He takes a snap. He's going to decide he's going to keep it.
Fake punt.
I tell you what, it's wide open for him, too. If he'll just.
He cut back. He should have stayed towards the outside.
He should have. He tries to reach over the ball, but I don't think he's going to get a good spot. I don't know that that's going to be a first down. They may have moved it forward a little bit. We're going to be interested to see. Now, that he actually moved that spot over because the referee had already had his foot down, but not so sure it's still a good enough spot. They may have to measure it. But, again, you're right. Kelly had that first down for sure. If he would have just stayed to the outside, I believe we would have had one a little bit better. But at any rate, it'll be first down for Hardaway. They'll take over at the about the 47-yard line. But what a gutsy call by Coach Glisson. You know, Blake, we talked about earlier how they you never know when he's going to call something like that. And here we are. Kelly was standing on his own 30-yard line, and so he had to get across midfield to the 47 and almost made it. So he lacked maybe the length of a football getting the first down. So Hardaway Hawks will take over. 13-6, your Tigers on top with 1:44 left in the first quarter. We got a little whistle blown. Looks like Hardaway decides they're going to take a timeout. With that, the Troup Tigers will take a timeout as well. You're listening to Troup High Football Network on Eagle Sports. We'll be back.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit onefc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
All right, coming back out of the Hardaway Hawk timeout, the Troup Tigers will be on defense now. Hardaway will have the football on their own 40, good field position, on their own 47-yard line. So the Tigers really need a good 3-and-out with 1:44 left in the first quarter. We need a turnover. It'd be nice to get a turnover. We hadn't had a defensive turnover in a while. And as I say that, we've got a couple of Tigers jump. So now instead of 1st and 10, it should be 1st and 5 as they'll move the ball in the northerly direction.
You know, this has been quite an exciting ball game to watch so far, Greg. A lot of momentum swings going on. It'd be nice for the Tigers to, you know, get one of those turnovers and turn the momentum back to our side here.
Well, you're right, and just little mental mistakes like that, you got to just watch them. All right, so they got a tight bunch formation. They snap it directly to the up back.
Oh, wow.
And he's met in the backfield by freshman Quay Burnsall. And, man, Quay stood him up, and then about 8 Tigers helped bring him down. And so that's probably going to lose a yard. So bring up, instead of 2nd down and 5, it'll be 2nd down and 6. Good job by Quay Birdsong.
Yeah, it looked like Quay kind of stood him up there, and then Taquan Dowdell kind of came in and finished him off.
Tell you what, Glad Dowdell, that's a name we hadn't called in a while. He's one of those guys that's going to come in and relieve you, and he's going to make some plays. We did hear a whistle, and we've got illegal motion by the Hawks, and so that'll back them up. But what they're doing is they kind of got an offset wildcat where your quarterback's lined up behind the center, but the center's snapping it just to the side of the quarterback, straight to the tailback, where he'll take it and really follow his blocking. And that's the second time in a row they've run that play, and second time with negative yards. So false start. When I say that, false start, so it'll back them up. So instead of being 2nd and 6 now, it'll be 2nd down and 11. So good job. After that miscue on the first down, Blake, the Tigers jumped off sides. They got them backed up now.
Yeah, kind of back to where we started at.
Quarterback standing by himself in the backfield. You've got the big cat right up behind the center. He fakes the handoff, a man in motion. The quarterback's going to take it outside where he is all alone. And I tell you what, he's got one man to beat, and he just couldn't do it. Well, you've got number 27 for the Tigers chasing him. You got Quay Moss. Wow, if it hadn't been for Quay Moss, that would have been a busted defensive play, and he's able to chase him down, but not until the quarterback for Hardaway picked up about 17 yards all the way down inside Tiger territory at 39-yard line. So it'll be 1st down for Hardaway with 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
He kind of faked that to the right there, and the quarterback just took it himself to the left, and all the Tigers fed to the right. And Quay Moss just came in and made a nice tackle.
It was student body right, and the quarterback decided to go the different direction. Tight formation by Hardaway. Quarterback will take it. He'll snap it right up the middle, and he'll pick up another. They're just doing smash mouth football right now. They're just lining up. If you notice, they've got big Michael Williams from the defensive unit in here, and they brought him in, and they put him in a slot back, and he's lined up directly behind the tackle, and so they just trying to power on power. That is the end of your first quarter of play. Your Troup Tigers 13, Hardaway Hawks 6. You're listening to Troup Tigers Sports here on Eagle Network.
Kia of LaGrange would like to personally invite you to see the evolution of the sedan. Kia has transformed the Kia Optima into the sedan of the future. The all-new, totally awesome 2021 Kia K5. Yep, it's okay to stare because it's show-stopping and jaw-dropping. You can drive a 2021 Kia K5 LX model starting at only $23,998. Test drive one today. Kia of LaGrange at 1217 Lafayette Parkway.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Are we back? All right. Welcome back. They hadn't even run down the field yet, guys. We were taking a break talking to Richard Williams. Richard's been a long-time official, and he's had both knees operated on in the last couple of years, and he looks sharp. And, of course, they've been after me about getting my one knee replacement, and I'm holding off as long as I can, but Richard looks good. But we appreciate all you fans texting us tonight and telling us, give us some advice or just tell us if we're doing okay, and appreciate that. But Hardaway Hawks will take it down. It'll be second down and short. They got a man in motion. Again, right up the middle, right, just following the blockers. And, man, they're just opening holes up. And when I say something about a scrappy bunch, he just won't go down right now. We're arm tackling. He's throwing them off. So kudos to the get that tailback's number. Number 2, it looks like. We give that credit for the quarterback, but I don't think that's number 2 for the Hardaway Hawks. Jordan Moultrie, he's a junior running back, and, man, he looked really, really good. So we're inside the 25 as Hardaway's on the move as we begin this second quarter of play. If you're just joining us, I'm doing the play-by-play tonight as Jack Mormon's out, and I've got a special guest, Blake Alford, helping me with color tonight. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. So Hardaway's got a tight formation, twins to the right side, which is the short side of the field. He'll fake a handoff again and take it to nobody's out here. And he'll walk into the end zone from 24 yards out as the Tigers are totally following the heavy load to the right side. So that'll be touchdown Hardaway as we begin the second quarter with 11-18. That'll make the score Troup 13, Hardaway 12. So, wow.
Well, Greg, you were talking about your knee there, man. That offensive line is opening up holes I think even me and you could run through.
I would limp through it.
But, credit to that offensive line they've got. I mean, they're opening up some, 3 to 5 foot gaps there for those big thighs to run through there.
So the Tigers will take a timeout. While they're taking a timeout, I want to thank some of our sponsors in Glenn Smith and Kia of LaGrange, State Farm, Matt Orr, Mallory Agency, and Mud Creek. We're going to hear from some of our fine sponsors. We'll be back on the Eagle Sports.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
So the Tigers called a timeout because you never know if Hardaway is going to go for 2, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try to take the lead. Right now they're trailing 13-12. Hardaway, quarterback, takes a snap. He's just going to follow like everybody else. He's going to walk into the end zone, and by doing so, he run over a couple of guys, and he'll take Hardaway will take the lead 14-13 on that 2-point conversion. Hardaway's really excited. We talked about how as a scrappy bunch Hardaway was, and what we saw this then, Blake, on that particular series, man, Hardaway just rolled over the Tigers like they weren't even there. I mean, I don't want to go that far, but they really looked good on that particular series.
They just lined up. Their offensive line didn't just push the Tigers back right off the snap, and just, like you said, played hard-nosed football all the way down the field. No, not much trickery there, just straight up running it up the middle.
Well, we'll keep it right here as they begin the kickoff as Hardaway, and again, I told you they'll kick it down to about the 10 or so. So Tim Moore, touchdown club member, he obviously is down in Moultrie. We're looking at the Moultrie Packers. He said no social distancing in Moultrie tonight. This place is pack. Well, they are the Moultrie Packers, so Hardaway kicks it off. He'll kick it down to about the 9-yard line where Mercurius Kelly will take it. He'll bring it back up and get wide. He needs to turn it back upfield, and he does. He turns it back up, still in on his feet, going, following his blockers. He's up to the 20,
there you go.
25, 30, hits the sidelines, gets up to about the 34. They're going to mark him out to the 35-yard line. But Blake, he had to zigzag, and he probably ran 50 yards to get back to the 35-yard line.
You're right. You know, the Hawks did a good job there maintaining their lanes and keeping him contained. He did slip out for an extra, 15, 20 yards there, so we'll take it.
So the Troup Tigers trying to answer what Hardaway just did, and Hardaway took it down the field and addressed not only a touchdown but went for two and made the 2-point conversion. They're showing Hardaway and Tigers both with 3 timeouts left, and we know that each one of them is taking at least one. Tail Todd will take the snap. He'll toss it wide out to Anthony Ferguson. Ferguson cuts it up, but I'm telling you, he'll pick up 3. But, wow, look at the pursuit of all those white shirts from Hardaway. These guys are flying to the football. I tell you.
Yeah, there's 9 players on the near hash here in white jerseys.
Yeah, they really move well to the football. And, as an offensive coordinator, you start looking, if you're being chased like that so quick, you start thinking about a naked boot or a counter option or a throwback, a little bubble screen to the backside to kind of get the pursuit off of you.
I think we're a little bit of just a simple play action, Greg. I mean, their linebackers, their corners are feeding up into that run game.
So we've got a little slot back out to the left side in the pistol. So we'll send Easter in motion. Toss it to Easter. He's going to try to a little cut up field, but too much penetration by the Hardaway Hawks on their defensive line. Just too much penetration. We're going to wind up losing about 3.5 yards on that one. We'll pick that'll move us from third down. It should have been third down, and even if we'd have got back to the line of scrimmage, third and about 7. Now it's going to be third and 11 as we lose 4 on that one. So the Tigers really on this third and long need to pick up some positive yardage. As if you just join us, if you've been in and out, the Troup Tigers 13, Hardaway Hawks 14 on a recent touchdown and 2-point conversion by Hardaway. So we got trips out to the left side, for the right side for the Tigers. Tail Todd will take it. He'll dump it out to Neville Dean, and just going nowhere. I'm telling you, Hardaway Hawks have got the Tigers' number right now as far as defense. They're all over them. If there's a white jersey, he's stuck on a Navy jersey.
That's right, Greg. And number 12 there for the Hawks, I believe that Saxton Melvin has been a key player on the last 2 plays, wrapping up, just making good tackles.
Well, at this point in time, the Tigers have got to have a good punt out of Isaac Andrews, as he'll stand on about the 22-yard line. Hardaway's got a couple of guys back on the 35-yard line. We really need a flyer out of Andrews this time. Nice
beautiful
spiral punt. We're going to call for a fair catch. So great punt by Isaac Andrews. We'll back him all the way up inside the 30 to the 26. Let's take
good coverage.
Let's take 2 spots back. You listen to the Troup Tiger Football.
Hi, football fans. This is Kenny Sand from Glenn Smith in Opelika. We are happy to be a sponsor of high school football once again. We believe that high school athletics builds character among young people, and we are honored to lend our support. This is a great area to live in. Play, work, worship, and retire. In our 28th year, we are your Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer for East Alabama and West Georgia. Online at glennsmith.com. Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Buick GMC. Get ready to smile.
The world has changed, but your desire to live your healthiest life has not. From temperature checks to extra deep cleaning, your health and safety when you visit our offices, health parks, and hospitals remains our top priority. Our primary care and specialty medical experts are ready to see you through any health concern you may have. We are here for Georgia, and we are here for you. WellStar, more than healthcare, people care.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
High snap, and Chris Hilton and Jace Gobbin in on the tackle. Hardaway's going to lose about 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 16 from the 20-yard line. Quarterback takes a snap. Looks like he's going to toss out a screen.
Almost intercepted.
Almost picked off. A great read by your defensive back. Quay Moss, man, was he all
Man,
over that one.
it was in his hands, Greg. It was right there. He had it. And nothing but grass in front of him.
Or at least green plastic grass,
Yeah,
right?
I guess so.
I tell you, he come up and he snapped his hands down. What a great read by Moss that time as he had it. He saw that little screen play when he saw those Tigers blitzing through that offensive line. Wow, that would have been an easy touchdown. As it results, 3rd down and 16 for the Hawks. Quarterback, he'll take the snap. He'll drop back about 3, roll out to his right side, tries to toss it to the sidelines under a lot of pressure out there by Quay. Quay Birdsong. It just really had him inside the 5, Blake. And if it wasn't for that pressure, he did have a guy open in the flats out there. But, wow, what a nice defensive stance there by the Tigers.
You're right, Greg. 2 bad passes and 2 very good coverages on the outside, but also 2 very good pushes by the inside there. There was a lot of pressure on the quarterback there on both of those bad passes.
Man, this is like the penny stock market. It's up and down. It's up and down. That's where the Tigers defense, one series, they're all over it. The next series, they got to get a little bit more consistent. They've got illegal motions. You see that guy just back straight up. They didn't even call a flag on him.
Punch straight up in the air.
Straight up. It'll hit on the 36, and it'll bounce out to stay on the Hardaway side of the field to about the 49-yard line. So excellent field position for the Troup Tigers. Let's see if we can capitalize on that excellent defensive stance then. And, of course, Coach Glisson's saying he's all over the line judge. He said, dude, you're standing right here, and everybody in the stadium started moving except you. What were you looking at? And he said, look, you see where this punt landed? If you had give me a chance to punt it again, who knows? So he's going to get his argument in. But as Jack Mormon would say, the visor's still on his head, so that's a good thing.
That's right, Greg. Old saying is even when the referee is wrong, they're still right.
Absolutely. So the Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage. They've got twins to the right, a tight formation to the left side since that's the short side of the field. Monte Todd in the backfield. You've got Anthony Ferguson just to his right side. He'll hand the ball off to Ferguson. Ferguson will take it going left. He'll cut it up the right. He picks the ball up, and he's only going to pick up a yard, but it looks like he ran for 4 yards because he was deep in the backfield. But tell you what, that Hardaway Hawks is a scrappy bunch. They've probably got about 70 players on the team, maybe 50. Really, you start counting them out over there. They may have 50, maybe 60 on the team. But, man, that starting 11, and you might have just a little bit of depth, but they never say never. They just keep on coming at you.
Oh, yeah, that defense, man, they're just swarming to the football. Anywhere it goes, that's where you've got 9 guys at.
Total empty set in the backfield. Tail Todd all by himself. He'll take the snap a little low. He'll take a little step. Pass, and it's not good. Intercepted. He stepped right in front of him. Intercepted, and thank the Lord that Neville Dean was right there. He brought him down in a tackle because if it wasn't for that, that would have been about a 65-yard interception, about a 60-yard interception return. So good job by the Tigers on getting it down, tackling. But, man, you just kind of wish that when Todd looks up and he goes to stab that he sees those other jerseys out there. And sometimes it's just a matter of when the more you play with your guy, when you stab, you see it there, you do a little fake, your wideout's going to break deep, and it's a matter of tossing it deep then. But what a heck of a turnover. The Hardaway Hawks will take over 1st and 10 inside the Tigers' side of the field at the 41-yard line. 6:54 left in the first half. Troup Tigers 13, Hardaway Hawks 14. Hardaway, this momentum swinging back and forth, Blake. Nice job by the Tigers then.
Up in the back.
Just a little inside handoff.
Somebody's hat flew off there, Greg.
Is that a we got somebody's cussing and fussing, I guess, because a yellow flag went straight up in the air, asking the Tigers to back up. Could you? It's a Hardaway Hawk hat, and then we got a Hardaway Hawk lineman that's clapping. So maybe he already knows the call. It could be face mask. They may have jerked the hat off. Let's see. And if that's the case, you may and he's getting on to telling the coaches to back up on the Troup sidelines. And if that's the case, you may have some kind of unsportsmanlike, and it may come into a 15-yard penalty.
And Glisson just does not agree with that call at all, Greg.
At that time I wasn't watching by binoculars, but a little inside handoff by the Hardaway Hawk quarterback, and the Tigers were all on him in the defense. It would probably go down to about a 4-yard loss, but they're going to call a personal foul against the Tigers. It looked like it was pulling his helmet off. He called it a face mask, but that's pulling his helmet off. It's going to at least result in a 10-yard. Let's see how many they count off here. They're going to pick the ball up at the 43-yard line and walk southbound toward the Troup end zone. So that'll be a 15-yard mark off. They're going to move the ball all the way down inside the 25-yard line, or inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for Hardaway. 6:40 left in the second quarter of play. Hardaway 14, Troup Tigers 13. Hardaway with a lot of momentum in the second quarter, Blake, as they've just basically taken and just moved the ball down, had a lot of lead isolation plays where you've got the big man just blocking, and the Tigers have just – and if they're not doing that way, they're faking. Everybody's moving to one side, and the quarterback takes it in what I would consider just like a little isolation play, totally outside, and just chases – Tigers are chasing him into the end zone.
Yeah, Greg, they're just – good play calls right now by the Hawks.
Twins to the right, single wide out to the left. Quarterback will take it. He'll look to his right.
Oh!
He's almost. What a great defensive play. Great pursuit in the backfield by Nazar Easter, along with Jordan Adams in the backfield. Wow.
I think it was number 10, Jace Godwin, that made the initial contact there, was chasing the quarterback. Good job to him as well.
Yeah, I tell you, that's what you like to see your quarterback, your defensive guys do, is put all that kind of – but you want to see them do it consistently. Hardaway comes back up to the line of scrimmage. They'll have 3 wideouts spaced out evenly on the left side. Good social distancing. Single wide out to the right. Got a man in motion. Hardaway quarterback will take the snap. He'll drop back about 4 steps. He's going to try to go to the end zone with his pass.
Oh,
but he is not going to do it because Zy Varner says, I got something to say about that. Him and Quay Bergeron all in the backfield. Also, along with for the Tigers, you got number 23 helping out in the backfield. Ben Schweitzer comes in. If I got the number right, comes in and helps out on the defensive unit and just pulls them down defense. So that'll back them up, be third down and about 18?
Something like that, Greg. You know, our defense is doing a good job keeping the pressure on that quarterback. I bet he thinks twice next time before he holds that ball for a couple of more seconds.
You know, he just dropped back 2 steps, maybe 3, and all of a sudden he looks up and boom, there's a bunch of Navy jerseys in his face. So third and long for the Hawks. Couple of wideouts either side. Single set backfield. Quarterback slaps his hand together. He'll take a 4-step drop. He's looking to the left. He's going to throw it deep. And, wow, jumps up. And you've got Quay Moss really jumps up and really he's behind. The wide receiver had gotten behind he and Nazar Easter. But thank the Lord for Moss being able to jump up and tapping that football out of the way.
Yeah, Moss really climbed the ladder to knock that one down. Like you said, the receiver was probably 3 to 5 yards behind him.
Yes.
And Moss just climbed that ladder and got up there and deflected the ball so it didn't get to the receiver.
And of course, looking at the replay on the video board, had he caught it, he would have probably stepped on into the end zone, even if Easter had been all over him. So we got the Hardaway Hawks gathering real quick, trying to get a play going on the sidelines. It's 4th down. They're really in a position not to punt it. So this 4th down and about 18. Ball rests just inside the 35 at about the 34-yard line. So 4th down for Hardaway. They've got trips coming to the near side here to the Tiger sidelines. He'll take the snap. He'll drop back. He's got to cross him in right across the middle. Nice stay at home by Zy Varner, which he takes him and throws him down back behind the line of scrimmage. They had a little drag route coming across, and Zy Varner played perfect at home position. And so the Tigers will take over. Whew, what a good job by the defense, Blake.
If you notice there, they had a tight end, it looked like on the right side there, that kind of split out, and they all went to the right hash there. But Zy Varner, like you said, just stayed at home, just covered his route and was able to make a pretty tackle on that one.
Hey, give credit to the quarterback at Hardaway, because that's one of the toughest passes when you've got a 90-degree throw. He's coming straight across the middle, and you got to lead him just right. He did. He led him just right, and Zy Varner was there to welcome him in his arms and threw him down on the ground.
Yeah, Zy Varner is earning his keep tonight.
So the Troup Tigers take over. They'll hand the ball straight up the middle to Anthony Ferguson. He breaks one tackle in the backfield, shifts the ball.
Dragon.
He just keeps those legs a churning. Somebody's had a little conversation with him on the backfield. There is a flag down, and that's a perfect area for holding. So let's hope that's not the case, but my guess is it's probably going to be holding.
Well, credit to Anthony Ferguson there. The guy hit him probably 2 or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage there. He just bounced off of him, took to the right hash, and drug 3 or 4 Hawks another 3 or 4 yards, towards the 40 there.
Yeah, he picked up about 8 good hard yards, but it looks like they're walking south. So Let's see what the White. Are they going to wave it off?
Ah, nice.
But it's odd. Are they going to? No, they're going to spot the ball where it should be out here at the 42-yard line. So it'll be second down and call it a long one, maybe 1.5 for the Troup Tigers. They're going to send a couple of guys wide out right. You'll have Buddy Wortham out right. You'll have Mercurius Kelly in the slot. Actually, you'll have Buddy Wortham in the slot. Tail Todd will take the snap. He'll hand it off. Actually, fake it to Anthony Ferguson. Tail Todd keeps it to the right side. What a great move as a flag on the play here. But Tail Todd is weaving his way down inside the 40-yard line, down to about the 35. But I believe they're going to throw a flag on Marquis Kelly at the 50-yard line, complaining maybe that he was holding. But what a good individual run. But he had plenty of blocking as well. But Tail Todd will show you right there that and you had everybody going after Ferguson when he took the ball.
They were keying on him for sure, Greg. And when Teo Todd came towards the near sideline here, we probably had 4 or 5 receivers blocking. One just held on a little too long after he got past him, I believe.
Yeah, and if they're going to fault Mercurius Kelly for that, he's a senior and kind of knows better than that. But you know what? Sometimes but they're going to wave it off, so it's holding. Okay. Second down. So that maybe you declined it. That's kind of odd. So 2nd and 1. Didn't understand that. Holding, wave it off. Maybe I guess because the ball was spotted.
Now he's stepping it back, Greg.
Did he not wave it off?
That's what I thought he did.
Yeah, I thought he did. I don't think we're playing baseball, so it wasn't like he's safe. I thought he waved it off. At any rate, that'll back it up, so it'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Tigers. They may have brought these officials from Columbus up here. I doubt it. Joke. So the Tigers will take it. Todd takes a snap, hands it off to Moss on in motion. Moss turns it up off the left side up behind P.J. Jones and Braxton Truitt. He'll take it upfield, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards, but that'll bring up really 4th down and call it 9 unless they had the marker wrong. So, no, it'll be 3rd down and maybe 8. 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers.
Greg, we're running them kind of sideline to sideline here. I'm waiting on the home run ball here before long.
Well, yeah, we're certainly doing off tackle, sweep around. We've really not busted anything right up the middle. But here again, give Hardaway credit because they've kind of had that middle tightened up. So speaking of tight formation by the Tigers right now. You'll see Jake Lang in motion. He's going to swap sides. Tail Todd takes a snap. He tosses it out to Moss. Moss is under heavy pressure. Did not fool the Hardaway Hawks. He'll actually lose a yard on a little toss sweep, trying to follow the power to the left, and that just didn't work. So be 4th down and call it 8. They're going to back it up 4th down and 9 where they spot the ball. And so you'll have the punting team come on for the Tigers. Isaac Andrews, man, he's had 2 really good punts tonight. Blake,
beautiful punt.
And I tell you, he's going to need to come up with a 3rd one. He's going to stand on his own 20-yard line, and they're going to have somebody back about the 32-yard line. He takes
pretty much heat there.
Low line drive, but it's a good punt. It gets a good Tiger roll inside the 30, the 29, down to the 26, maybe you roll down to the 25, and that's where they'll spot it. They're going to have a quick turnover. We got 2:50 left in the 2nd quarter. Your Troup Tigers down by a point to the Hardaway Hawks. Troup Tigers 13, Hardaway Hawks 14. Been kind of a up and down with momentum swings back and forth, particularly the 2nd quarter, Blake.
There's been a lot of momentum swings going on, and so that makes your emotions high in a ball game like this, and being your first game of region play. Both team wants to come away with the W, on this one. So I'm curious to see how the second half of this thing is going to play out, Greg.
Well, each team knows that this is a key victory because you're hoping that you're at least one of the top 4 teams in this region. Hardaway Hawks got a man in motion. Quarterback will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff, bring it all the way out to the left side just like he did earlier, and he's going to pick up about 4. They're going to give him 3. They're going to spot the ball on the 28-yard line. So as the clock continues to run inside 2 minutes and 40 seconds, Hardaway – Mercurius Kelly's coming over here looking at his defensive coaches, kind of relaying the defensive signal back in as he walks back to the huddle. Hardaway Hawks still hadn't figured out what they want to run yet. They're relaying it down from the booth as these coaches next to us are been rather vocal tonight. All right, so they got a little slot. They got to the right side, over toward the Hardaway side. A single setback. Quarterback takes a snap. Actually, the halfback will take the snap. He sneaks up the middle. He's going to pick up, maybe 5 yards, Blake, and it'll wind up being third down and about 2. So, that play has worked pretty good. Up to one time in the first quarter, they had a couple of mistakes, but for the most part, it's actually worked to their advantage tonight.
Yeah, it almost looks kind of like a read option, Greg. I don't know if they're running DJ Lucas, the junior quarterback here. I'm not sure who they've got in the backfield, but it's almost like the coaches are leaving it up to him. Sometimes he'll pitch it out to the right, sometimes takes it to the left. It's almost like a little read option game they're playing.
Same formation. Yep. So we got a whistle blown at the snap. So let's see. That's offsides. They're gonna call the Tigers offside encroachment. So an easy first down. At least that's the way I see it when you put your hands on your hip. And if that's the case, the Tigers are backing up. So I was going to say we need a third down stop, but that ain't going to happen. So that'll bring it to – that'll be an automatic first down for Hardaway. It'll move it out to the 38-yard line, right just before the 38-yard line. 1:30 to go until halftime. Hardaway Hawks leading your Troup Tigers 14-13. We knew it was going to be a tight ball game. I don't think any team thought it was going to run away. Even when the Tigers had an opening kickoff return for a touchdown, did they think it was going to be a runaway? Hardaway Hawks quarterback takes a snap, man in motion. He gives it to the man in motion, coming toward the Troup Tiger sideline. Tigers are able to corral him. He's going to pick up maybe 3 yards, and his hat comes off, so I think he'll have to go take a hat break. Actually, he was knocked. He's actually he's getting up. I don't know if he's okay, like his shoulder maybe hurting. Anyway, he's bending over in pain, but he's moving around, and that's the quarterback for the Hawks now. Number 7, if I'm not mistaken. Is that not the quarterback for the Hardaway Hawks? So with that, we've got good language next to us. Apologize for that if you can hear that. With that, he's going to take it out. Let's see, the Hardaway Hawks will line back up with 41 seconds to go in the first half. They'll have a tight slot receiver close to the line of scrimmage and two wideouts on the hash marks to the right side. To the left side, he's going to bring in about 5 yards from the left tackle. So let's see what they do. The quarterback, he's going to take the snap right now. He backs up about 3 steps. He's under a lot of pressure. He does hit his receiver and is going to wind up getting the first down out of the whole thing. It's certainly looked like a broken play to me, Blake. And so many times those broken plays and misassignments are the one that gets you the touchdowns and the first downs.
Yeah, I think all the Tigers thought they had him in the backfield, and I think that receiver just kind of slipped outside on him there in the flat. He just dumped it off to him for a first down.
Well, the coaches, I'm sure, told him that Hardaway has a never-quit mentality. These guys, one thing that I noticed last week when they played Cali, they just kept coming. They're a scrappy bunch. So they step up to the line of scrimmage, twin receivers either side. They got a man in motion coming to the Troup High sidelines. He takes it. He's going to toss it toward the backfield to this wideout in motion. He's got a nice, have a little flag, so we may have a holding, which let the Hardaway Hawk receiver get to the sidelines and actually up to the Tigers' 40-yard line. He actually caught the ball probably about their own 48. So he's going to pick up about 12 after reception, but I'm afraid he's going to come back because that was right in the holding territory.
Looks like number 8, Jamie German for the Hawks there with a little hold. Held on just a little bit too long, and he's a senior. As we had a senior wide receiver hold on a little bit too long a while ago too. But, high stakes in this game here, a lot of mistakes to be made.
True that. It is holding, and so they'll back the ball up. 34 seconds left until halftime. Hardaway 14, Troup 13. It's been a physical game. It's been a very exciting game. A lot of back and forth, a lot of movements between the 20s. We had a couple of early scores in the first half. Actually, 3 in the first quarter, 3 scores in the first quarter. We've only had 1 lone score in the second quarter, and that came from like the second play from scrimmage. So this entire second quarter basically has been played without a lot of scoring. So it just seems like it's been a while. But, man, did they move the ball back and forth. Triple receivers to the right for Hardaway. As the quarterback 7 yards deep, he'll slap his hand, he'll take the snap, and hand it to his man in motion. The Tigers are all over him, and he's going to go down. He may get back to the line of scrimmage. The Tigers say they stripped the ball from him. Let's see what the officials say. Coaches are – clock still running because there's no indecision. Clock is 18-17. I'm sure you're going to get some argument out of some of these coaches over here, but 13, 12, 10, second down and 16 for Hardaway. 7 seconds. I don't think they'll get another snap off, Blake. 3, 2. So that is your halftime here. Your Troup Tigers losing by 1 to Hardaway Hawks. They're 13. Hardaway is 14. You're listening to Troup High Football. We'll be right back after these messages. We're going to talk some football at halftime.
You still don't need to buy no ugly shirt now.
At Mud Creek Graphics, we have over 23 years of experience bringing you the very best in apparel printing. Our exceptional graphic artists will work with you to create beautiful custom designed t-shirts for any occasion. But that's not all. Mud Creek is there for you for the printing of banners and signs that will get your message across to everyone. We love supporting our local schools every year, so for your custom t-shirts, signs, banners, embroidery, and more, like Mud Creek Graphics on the Book of Faces, or visit us at 211 Greenville Street.
At ML Aubrey, we are proud to sponsor the Troup Tigers this year. ML Aubrey is the oldest continuously operated family-owned farm supply store in the South. We have feed for every animal, of course, but we do sell lots of Carhartt clothing, plus Rocky, Georgia, Dan Post, and Muck boots. We sell food plot seed with all the different seeds you need. Our 5-way Pats blend is only $16.95 for 50 pounds, and this year, 50 pounds of our own Triple 13 is only $10.45 a bag at ML Aubrey. We are ML Aubrey, Main Street, beautiful downtown Roanoke.
Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, your locally owned and operated flooring professional since 1977. With a huge inventory of hardwood, tile, carpet, area rugs, and vinyl flooring, add the wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, and you'll enjoy your flooring for years to come. So drop in and pick out your flooring, and they will measure your home and give you a free estimate quick. Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And like Kemp's Dalton West Flooring on Facebook and Instagram.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Hey, here at Callaway Stadium, as a Troup Tiger band is about to perform for halftime, as they make their way out. What an exciting first half. You know, it opened up with an opening kickoff return of 91 yards down, actually sideline to sidelines, but and you thought, wow, here we go, baby. But 2 plays later, Hardaway decides they're going to run a 57-yard touchdown, and next thing you know, it's 7-6, and we hadn't even gotten our seats good.
Huge momentum swings here, Greg. I'm just kind of know we're talking about being in region, this being our first region game here. A couple of updates here. Columbus and LaGrange are in the second quarter now. LaGrange is trailing 17-14 to Columbus, and Carver and Kendrick. Carver is up on a 36-0 lead in the second quarter right now in our region.
Well, there shouldn't be any doubt with that Carver-Kendrick game. And unfortunately, you know, when you got teams like Carver, Kendrick, we got teams like Kendrick, Spencer, and Jordan. You should, if you're a Carver team, you should have it finished by halftime. And I hate to say that, but that's just the level of talent at those other schools. And they're also AA schools, and Columbus, Muskogee County, and Georgia high schools allowed them to stay in Muskogee County because of travel distances. But otherwise, yeah, so we've got a couple of AA teams and maybe one AAA team playing up just to kind of keep them from traveling. It just doesn't bring the level of competition that we want. But either way, yes, and so you've got LaGrange down at Columbus, and you've got Carver at Kendrick. And other than the Troup Tigers and the Hardaway Hawks, that's the only region games going on tonight. You had, was it Spencer and Jordan played last night? And if you, I think we saw that update earlier in Region 2 of 4A at Georgia High School. And I want to say, we'll wait and let Blake check his scores out. I would love to say that I know the answer to that, but if I said that Jordan won, I'd probably be mistaken. But let run down to the scoring here for the Troup Tigers. Opening 97-yard kickoff return. I said 91, but actually it was 90. He picked it up on the 9-yard line, so it's a 91-yard touchdown kickoff return. Made the score 7-0. It's the first time we've had an opening kickoff, to my knowledge, in a few games, maybe a couple 3 years. 2 or 3 plays later, Hardaway said, we're not going to have any of that, and they take a 57-yard run off left tackle and down for the score, making it 7-6. They did not convert their PAT. As a matter of fact, I want to say Quay Birdsong got in and blocked that one on a high snap. At the 8:30 mark, the Tigers still maintaining momentum. A 1-yard run by Teo Todd makes the score 13-6 at that point in time. And you think, well, okay, the Tigers are moving. But nope, wasn't going to happen. 3 or 4 minutes later, the first play of the second quarter, as Hardaway had the ball, they took it, and the quarterback fooled everybody. It was student body right. Well, Hardaway decides to run it, the quarterback out to the left side beyond the left tackle, and we were chasing to the end zone. So at the 11-18 mark, it was 13-12 actually. Hardaway, the Tigers take a timeout because Hardaway looks like they're going to go for two. Discussed it a little bit. Hardaway comes back and just runs his smash mouth right up the middle. Has a 2-point conversion. So that makes it 14-13 at the 11-18 mark. And the rest of the second quarter just seemed so long, just back and forth, and momentum swings and up. But nobody scored the rest of the quarter. So that's where we stand right now. Hardaway Hawks 14, your Troup Tigers 13. I tell you, we didn't think it was going to be we didn't think it was going to be a runaway by either team. It's hard. Right. It's going to be a scrappy game so far.
You know, like you said, Greg, there was a lot of ball movement in between the 20s. No big momentum plays or anything like that towards the second half of that second quarter there. But I was looking at some statistics here before the game, and Hardaway has only scored 19.5 points this season, and Troup at 10.5. But Hardaway has scored 13 of those 19 points in the fourth quarter this season. So I'm curious to see how they're going to come out. I know you mentioned earlier Hardaway is one of those teams that just doesn't give up. Mm-hmm. And I think that statistic might show that the best. 13 of their 19 points coming out of the fourth quarter. Troup, we've got to come out with momentum again. We've got to come out with some fight in us and finish this ball game off right.
Well, I hope so. It reminds me when the Troup High Lady Tigers basketball team went down to Fort Valley State last early or late winter, and it was heading toward the state tournament. Was in the state tournament. Was trying to get by the America Sumter bunch. But man, when America Sumter played, I want to say, I think it was Carver out of Columbus. These girls, they had like 7 girls on the team, and I made a comment. It's like, wow, you only 7 girls, and y'all made it this far. One of the fans says, "Look, these girls never quit," and he's right. They never quit. They were full court pressing the whole game, half court pressing. These girls never quit. And kudos to them. I'm not so sure they didn't just go ahead and win the state championship, but kind of like the Hardaway Hawks. They're a scrappy bunch. I don't think they're near as talented, I think, from top to bottom as the Tigers are. But, man, give them credit for never getting their head down. They constantly coming at you.
Yeah. So, Greg, you're right. When the 11 men are out on the field playing, it looks like they might have 20 guys standing on the sideline here where we're looking at it. But I probably won't get this saying right, but they say, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of where these guys are coming from. I mean, they're running after the ball. They're swarming to the football. They're making good plays. They're hustling. When it breaks, they're down on the ball,
Well, with that, I tell you what, we're going to take some breaks. Well, first of all, let me thank some of our sponsors: ML Aubrey, Kemp's Carpets, Rogers Barbecue, The Medicine Cabinet, First Franklin, Glenn Smith, Kia of LaGrange, State Farm Matador, Mallory Agency, and, of course, your very own Mud Creek Graphics, the best T-shirt printer around here that I can think of. With that, you're listening to Troup High Football here on Eagle Radio Network. We'll be back shortly.
Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945, and they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs, and Thursday's all-you-can-eat catfish, and with their Brundrick stew is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish, so dine in or use their convenient drive-thru Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
Hello, I'm Dennis Montgomery, and I recently joined the wonderful staff here at the Medicine Cabinet on Vernon Road. As a lifelong resident of Troup County, God has blessed me with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience. I look forward to taking care of you and your family with all of your pharmacy needs here at the Medicine Cabinet with 3 locations in LaGrange: Lee's Crossing, Vernon Road, and Moody Bridge. Plus, remember we have great ice cream and shakes at the soda shop here at the Medicine Cabinet on Vernon Road.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet their friendly friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit oneffc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Hi, friends. TOW Todd Parrish here at Kia LaGrange, and I want to personally invite you to see the evolution of the sedans. Our friends and neighbors at Kia Motors manufacturing plant in West Point have totally transformed the Optima into the sedan of the future. The all-new, totally awesome 2021 K5. Yep, it's okay to stare because it's show-stopping and jaw-dropping. Starting only at $23,988. Hurry on over to Kia LaGrange at 1217 Lafayette Parkway, or check us out online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy. God bless America.
Dot number 112750 to Kia of LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
So I was going to let you guys come back and listen to the band. Nope, they cut their session short, or maybe it was just short to begin with. But they did a wonderful job. Give kudos to Logan Herta. He's done a fine job with the band this year, and the fans are just kind of hanging out, socializing, and I'd say that they look like they're social distancing for the most part. They're in family groups, and I think that's what they encourage you to do is to be in family groups. And even if they're friends and they're like family, like you and I hang out a lot, so we're like family. So if you just joined us, halftime score: Troup High 14. Troup High 13, Hardaway Hawks 14. I'm looking at the video and my eyes are crisscrossed, I guess, but what a heck of a ball game that we've witnessed so far. A lot of physicality, if you will, a lot of hard knocks, and then you've had a couple. We talked with Blake that it's just discouraging when you open it up with a kickoff return and 2 plays later, you just don't. He broke 3 or 4 arm tackles to make it for a 57-yard touchdown run. It kind of deflates you a little bit because you're really so thinking, all right, we're quickly up 7-0.
Yep, Greg, just the momentum swings in this game have been crazy. Talking about the family and friend atmosphere here tonight at Callaway Stadium. I've got a bunch of people texting in as it being my first time on the radio, Greg. Actually, one of Eagle 102.3's very own, Kathy Kirby, who was my choral teacher in high school. She's texted in, said she was listening tonight. She said, I thought that was you, and my girlfriend Madison Taylor texted in, said she was listening with my sister Jessica Alford. My mom and dad Robert and Lynn Alford said they were listening. My mom actually told me, she texted me, said, you sound good. You have a face for radio. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, Greg.
I was going to say now, Mama, you had him.
And people say I look just like her, so, she's complimenting herself there.
So how long have you and Madison been dating?
6 years.
Should I put you on this?
No, don't put me on the air like that, Greg.
I'm just picking at you. You knew where I was going with that. Oh man, we've had a lot of fun tonight, but it is, and I certainly appreciate Blake joining us. He was hanging out with us a couple of weeks ago, and I was down on the sidelines, and I enjoy calling color from the sidelines. It kind of gives you the feel of the game when you're down there, and you can lean out and look down the sidelines as players running. You kind of get a feel for what the coaches are talking about to the players when good and bad things happen, and you get a chance to kind of give each player a fist five as you go by if they've done well, and it's just a different feel. And several years ago when we had 3 people, me and Jack and Tony Walls, we were calling both the Troup games and the Callaway games, because there's a lot of Thursday night games and Friday night games, and it was wonderful. We called a lot of football for about 2 years, and then we had Brandon Brooks join Tony Walls whenever Callaway and Troup played on the same night. As Jack and I have always been the Troup broadcasters, but it was nice to have 3 because you had I would always do color on Troup, but Tony Walls would always do color on Callaway. It was just kind of nice to trifecta. We had a really good balance, and we were all old football players, and we knew the game, and it was just really, really fun to do. And I'm saying all that because I enjoyed on the sidelines, and so I generally start the program with Jack in the booth, and we'll go over pregame stuff, and then I want to try to mosey out to the field during the coin toss because it's kind of neat. We could see it in binoculars and we could call it, but there's something like putting the mic up and letting the fans hear what the referee has to say and how he says it and who he talks to. And some of the fans don't get that real down-to-earth, right there on the field football stuff. They just know that the coin toss is going on. They really don't know what the ref is telling them. And so it's kind of neat to be able to hear that. And so I just enjoyed the sidelines. And But it's also fun to every once in a while do play-by-play, and I hope tonight you guys are listening that I've been able to help you with that. And Blake has really done a fine job chiming in and giving us kind of painting that picture of what defenses is doing and who's making the tackle and what they're doing on offense and, how that play evolved as it did.
Yeah, don't make my head blow up too big, Greg.
No,
the headset's kind of tight already. All right?
It's so you have an extra large hat on. All right. Well, it's halftime here at the Callaway Stadium, home of the Troup Vs Tigers. Right now, they're trailing the Hardaway Hawks by 14-13. After some of our fine sponsors are going to pay their dues, we'll be right back after these few commercial spots.
Hi, football fans. Brian Bonner from Glenn Smith in Opelika. We love this time of year with all the excitement of football. We also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We salute the teams, coaches, band, and cheerleaders, and, of course, the family and friends. We are proud to be your Chevy, Buick, and GMC dealer for the East Alabama and West Georgia. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Glenn Smith, Chevy, Buick, GMC. Get ready to smile.
This moment of relief brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr, on the square in downtown LaGrange.
The world has changed, but your desire to live your healthiest life has not. From temperature checks to extra deep cleaning, your health and safety when you visit our offices, health parks, and hospitals remains our top priority. Our primary care and specialty medical experts are ready to see you through any health concern you may have. We are here for Georgia, and we are here for you. WellStar, more than healthcare, people care.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
As the Tigers come back out on the practice field, if you will, they're in the end zone stretching out. I just happened to notice Coach Glisson, we jokingly made reference that he had fired the special teams coach, and he said that Monday night at the football show, at the coaches show we have at Kia, at Europi. But he was talking to Isaac Andrews, and you could tell that he was saying, "Good job on your punts." And we special teams has been a lot of the topic of conversation the first two ball games, Blake, but it hadn't been the topic of good conversation.
That's right, Greg.
But I tell you, tonight, give kudos to the special team, at least in the first half. We had a kickoff return. Isaac Andrews has had really some good punts. I can see the only mishap by Cody Bray was on that second touchdown where it went wide right. Otherwise, we'd have a tie score right here. And it didn't go wide right much. I mean, it just barely got to the outside of the rights of the goalpost. But, they've had good coverage, good punt coverage.
That's right.
And Andrews has had three good spiral punts.
I was going to say it's not hard to compliment his punts tonight.
No.
Beautiful punts. And like you said, great coverage on every single one of them that I've seen thus far. I hope to keep that up in the second half. Maybe we won't have to punt so often.
Well, I'm hoping that that's about what I was going to say. Is like, I'd love to say we don't have to punt the second half. But, they've maintained their lanes. And so you could see that.
Disciplined.
From last week, from the first 2 weeks with a week off to work on it, from this week, there's a noticeable difference in the special
Very
team.
much so.
Kudos to the guy that wasn't fired. As we talk about that, I see Andrews making his way over, and he's sitting to the bench. He's kind of limping. And I'm hoping you're right that we don't have to punt the second half, but hopefully whatever it is ailing his foot, that we'll be okay. So with 1:45 left before kickoff of this second half, you're listening to Troup Vs Tigers football on Eagle Sports, and we'll be back after these few messages.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
At ML Aubrey, we are proud to sponsor the Troup Tigers this year. ML Aubrey is the oldest continuously operated family-owned farm supply store in the South. We have feed for every animal, of course, but we do sell lots of Carhartt clothing, plus Rocky, Georgia, Dan Post, and Muck boots. We sell food plot seed with all the different seeds you need. Our 5-way Pats blend is only $16.95 for 50 pounds, and this year, 50 pounds of our own Triple 13 is only $10.45 a bag at ML Aubrey. We are ML Aubrey, Main Street, beautiful downtown Roanoke.
Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, your locally owned and operated flooring professional since 1977. With a huge inventory of hardwood, tile, carpet, area rugs, and vinyl flooring, add the wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, and you'll enjoy your flooring for years to come. So drop in and pick out your flooring, and they will measure your home and give you a free estimate quick. Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And like Kemp's Dalton West Flooring on Facebook and Instagram. A Southern tradition since 1945, that's Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House. You can find them at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So when you're ready for lunch, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., come to Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for meat, 2 vegetables, and a bread, dessert, and drink for only $7.29. That's a big lunch for a small price. So when you're ready for a delicious barbecue and only U.S. farm-raised catfish, make your way to 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange for Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for a great meal.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
It's a meeting of the minds, the official minds, out on the 24-yard line, over on the Hardaway sideline, as the Tigers and the Hawks get ready to tee it up in this second half. Should be a well of a second half, as it's a very close ball game. If you've just joined us, or if you've been in and out and you just got to turn the radio back on, wondering what's the score, Greg? Tell us the score. Well, let me let you think about it for a little bit. No, I'm just joking. The score: Hardaway 14, the Tigers 13, and a lot of all the scoring happened at the beginning of the game. Another couple of touchdowns in the first quarter, and then a touchdown by Hardaway at really the beginning of the second quarter. So we went basically 11 minutes with no score. A lot of back and forth, a lot of penetration, moving the ball, both offenses, and a lot of times both defenses are stepping up. So it was really a second quarter. Just didn't have any other than, like I say, the opening play. So it was a long second quarter, no score. And when you see the first quarter with 4 touchdowns, 2 by either team. And
that's right. Kind of like a dead momentum there on both sides of the football, there towards the end of the second. So I'm kind of curious to see who's going to come out and win that momentum back over. I told you during break, Greg, that I should have never called names on the radio, but now I've got people texting me left and right. One of those is Troup High's very own sophomore there, Cammie Clark. She's actually with my sister, and a good friend of mine, Mr. Bryce Osteen, down there protecting and serving the city of West Point tonight.
We appreciate that, and we're going to give a shout-out to my former friends, as Robert's, he and his wife Lee, especially Robert. He's an old 79 graduate with me. He listens up in Kennesaw, and his son Rob over in Rota, Spain, in the Navy, and he listens via the internet. All right, the Troup Tigers tee him up, and they're waiting for the official whistle. You'll have both Cody Bray and Isaac Andrews, as they've done so often. They'll line up together, and they'll each one of them sneak up to it, and one of them is going to decide to kick it off. Now, I don't know if they give each other a wink or a thumbs up, or don't know what the signal is, and maybe Coach Glisson's already told them which one to do, but a lot of the Hardaway Hawks are tight right here. They're got a couple of guys deep, but they're only on the 20-yard line, so they don't expect Tigers to kick it deep, which, guess what? I don't either. All right, we'll give the chance for the line judge to get over and get set up. He's blown the whistle, and so the Tigers get set to kick the ball off in this second half of play in this region opener for both the Troup Tigers and the Hardaway Hawks. So it looks like Cody Bray will take it. He'll sky high it up to the 30-yard line. Hardaway Hawks will step forward. He'll pick it up at about the 32, where he'll catch it, and that's where they'll put the ball in play. Actually, they're going to give him a good spot. I thought he caught it on the 32 and took 2 steps, and I guess that's what they're going to give him, the 34-yard line.
Well, Greg, maybe you can inform me something. I haven't seen them calling fair catch, but they just seem to be giving. Is that a new rule or something that the high school association has came out with?
It may be. I'll verify that Monday night with Coach G, because you're right. I don't see a fair catch, but also do not see any attempt to move the football when you do catch it. And so maybe it is a new rule. At any rate, Hardaway starts offense. They've got a slot back up behind the up behind the tackle with two twins or set of twins out to the right side, and they quick snap, and the Tigers decide they're going to jump off side, so make it easy for the Hawks, and so that'll be 1st down and 5 as they bring the ball out to about the tip of the ball, just short of the 39-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will now start to catch the ball in play. They came out with a different formation now. They've got twins to the Troup High side of the field, a single wide out to the Hardaway side of the field, a slot back, and the quarterback sitting there by himself. He'll clap his hands, lift his foot, take the snap, got a man in motion, and he'll take it off the man in motion. He'll take it himself, run up the middle, bounce out to the right, and he'll pick up about 3 yards, maybe 2.5. It'll be 2nd down, and call it a long 3, if you will. So if you just joined us, we've talked football the first half, football at halftime, and right now Hardaway 14, your Troup Tigers 13. Second half just started. Hardaway, the Tigers kicked off to Hardaway as Hardaway had won the toss and deferred to the second half. Got a strange formation. They got an offset trip side to the left side of the defense. Man in motion. He hands it off to his man in motion, and he's got daylight forever as he puts it all the way down to the Troup High's 40-yard line. He'll pick up about 17 or 18 yards on that run, Blake, all the way down to the 40-yard line. Just a little inside sweep, and the linebackers and defensive end got cut off by their good blocking by the Hardaway Hawks offensive line.
If you look, when he busted through that hole, the linebacker core was faced the other hash there, and Easter came all the way from their sideline and came to make the stop here on the 40-yard line.
Hardaway back to the line of scrimmage. As always, they run a pistol set with the quarterback and the halfback setting side by side. He slaps his hand. He takes a snap. He rolls out to his right. He tosses it to the little slot back who will pick it up, and he'll pick up about 4 yards as Zy Varner, actually, Neville Easter's all over him. Just unfortunate that he was able to get in front of Neville in a little slot, little flat pass, if you will, as the quarterback slanted toward the Hardaway sidelines, led his halfback.
Kind of a little hurry up here, Greg. Kind of rushed to the line of scrimmage here. They're going to.
They're good about that. The Tigers trying to adjust on defense. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. He'll slap, then he'll stand up, and he'll look to the sidelines. Now the quarterback is shouting the plays to the rest of the team. He steps up. He claps his hands. He takes a snap. He'll fake it. He'll run it right up the middle, and it's a strictly quarterback run right up the left side. He'll pick up about 8 yards, and this is one of those things, and it results in the first down. Blake, let's go back to that second or third series that the Hardaway Hawks had in the first quarter, and I felt the same way. It's like, okay, it's like we're playing soft. We're not really hitting anybody right now. Somebody needs to talk to them and say, all right, put a hat on somebody. Put a hat on somebody hard.
Yeah, well, they ran it far left, far right, then split it up the middle. They want a Tiger within 5 yards there, Greg.
Love these formations by the Hawks. The quarterback will take it, roll out. He's got a man wide open deep, and it's caught. And Sir Morgan made a play on it, and when he did, the wide out got it, took it out of the air, came down on about the 18-yard line, turned around, jogged into the end zone for a touchdown. So Hardaway Hawks 20, Troup Tigers 13. He picks the ball up on about the 15-yard line and just turns and just outraces Sir Morgan to the end zone.
Yeah, you always kind of go for a gamble when you go for that pick, Greg. And that time the gamble didn't pay off for number 2, Sir Morgan, and there was no defense left once the receiver's feet hit the ground.
So that was that'll go down as about a 42-yard TD reception. And you've got illegal substitution, it looks like, from the Tigers, or too many men on the field. So there's going to be 4 or 5 come off, 3 or 4 go on. So I think they'll start counting and get the numbers right. Hopefully the sound is is good and sequestered. We've got these booths through the years have taken their punishment, and I think we're about out of insulation in these walls. So you may hear some coaches saying things they probably wouldn't be proud of. So they try to convert a 2-point conversion, and he gets in a dump truck and he just rolls it forward, and that'll be another 2-point conversion by the Hardaway Hawks, and that'll make it 22-13. And so
8-point deficit there.
8 points. So the Tigers are kind of working themselves into a little hole here. I know it's early third quarter, but the Tigers have got to answer this in at least a good drive, or maybe even come out with a touchdown. With that, we're going to take one spot back to the studio. You're listening to Troup High Football on Eagle Sports.
Hello, I'm Steve Butts, and recently joined the wonderful staff here at the Medicine Cabinet on Moody Bridge Road. As a lifelong resident of Troup County and 32 years of pharmacy experience, I look forward to reacquainting myself with old Coolidge Rose customers and to taking care of you and your family with all your pharmacy needs here at the Medicine Cabinet, with 3 locations in LaGrange, Lee's Crossing, Vernon Road, and Moody Bridge. Remember, we still do custom compounding of prescriptions here at the Moody Bridge location, and I have the keys in my pocket.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Back in time as Hardaway Hawks are lined up for the kickoff. Tigers got a couple of guys back deep, and Ferguson and Kelly. And Kelly will take the kickoff at about the 9-yard line. He's up past the 15, the 20. Good pursuit by Hardaway Hawks. Good run by Kelly as he's going to weave his way up to the 25-yard line. And that'll pick up about 17, 18-yard return for the Tigers. So, Blake, we said going into the break that, Troup's got to answer this drive. It just looked too easy for Hardaway that time defensively for the Tigers, and they made themselves look real good. These coaches are doing a good job for Hardaway on calling plays.
Yeah, Greg, during the halftime intermission there, we talked a lot about the fight that Hardaway has, and I said that coming into the game they had 19 overall points, and 13 of those came from the fourth quarter. So we do not need to let them get this momentum rolling here in the second half.
Absolutely, no. You have to answer in some form or fashion. A 3-and-out is and I'm not saying there's still plenty of time left in this ball game, but Hardaway, you just don't want them to maintain that momentum. Teo Todd will fake a pitch out to the right, and let's see, there's 1, 2, 3 Hardaway Hawks that are just trying to take him down, and I see a lot of the Troup linemen walking back like, what happened? Well, you just didn't block. I mean, that's bottom line. When you got three defensive linemen in the backfield, somebody missed their assignment. About 3 people missed their assignment. So it'll be second down, and that'll back the ball up to the 22-yard line. It'll be second down, and call it 14 for the Troup Tigers, as they've got easing up to the line of scrimmage. It looks like they're going to do a little trip stack here on the right side with Buddy Wortham and Marcurius Kelly and Novell Dean. You've got Jake Lane out to the right side. Teo Todd will take it. He'll go deep. He's got a man wide open, and you've got Holden in the inside. That'll go as a touchdown as Marcurius Kelly's out running his man to the end zone, but you got a flag down on the the 17-yard line, and unfortunately, before Todd had even thrown it, or about the time it came out of his hands, the umpire threw that flag in the middle of the line, and that's sad, because what a pretty pass by Teo Todd, as he had Marcurius Kelly, one of the triple. I've been told you we had a triple stack on the right side.
He just got lost out on that near hash there.
But you had 2 guys take 8 steps and split and Marcurius Kelly came right down the middle, and he was behind everybody. And when he caught it on about the 34-yard line, he turned it upfield, and it was a jet jet speed. He took off.
Yeah, nobody on the field was catching him after he got that ball in his hands that time.
And that's the kind of answer we needed. But what we didn't need was for holding to happen.
That's right.
Especially when you know it's going to be a quick hit. I mean, Todd's going to take the snap, do a 2-step drop. If that means he may take it, turn, and throw it. That's how quick that play happens. And it's one thing to get a holding play when it's a 3 or 4-step drop and you've got a 2 or 3 count on the quarterback before he throws it. But this was one of those take it, turn, throw. He probably had the ball in his possession a second and a half. you just don't want to see any holding like that because that just that'll deflate you.
Well, Todd knew exactly who he was going to throw that to probably before the ball was ever snapped. That was his first receiver.
Yeah.
And so odds are the offensive line there probably knew the same thing and knew it was a quick out. That was just, one of those bonehead mistakes.
So now it's going to result in they're going to replay second down. Let me see. Second down and looks like about 24 yards. Todd will take the ball on about the 8-yard line. He throws it out. Oh, it's batted up in the air. What a scary thing is that one of those big defensive linemen, and I'm not so sure it wasn't Michael Williams, that big 6'5" guy, batted the ball out of the air. Teo Todd was looking to throw it out in the flats to A.J. Tucker, who has moved over. A.J. will go in and run tailback a few times, and so he was actually going to throw it out to wide open A.J. Tucker, and if Tucker had caught the ball, would have picked up significant yardage, but that big hand came out of nowhere, batted the ball up, and what was scary is it may have been intercepted. Todd picks the ball up. He's looking to throw the ball downfield. He's under a lot of pressure. He's going to go down inside the 7. Well, they're going to mark him at about the 6-yard line, and that's going to bring up probably 4th down for the Tigers. Just Teo Todd could not escape that pursuit as a defensive coaching staff for Hardaway just simply told him to pin their ears back and go. And I tell you, the Tigers just have no answer right now on a consistent basis for these Hardaway coaches and these Hardaway players. So Andrew is back in the end zone, and we've got Jake Lane kind of jumped a little bit, so kind of add pouring salt in the wound. We're going to back the ball up from the 6-yard line back to about the 1, unless the ball wasn't called in play. Let's see. Now they're going to back it up. So the Tigers will be punting. The line of scrimmage will be on the see where they're going to mark the ball. Looks like about the 3-yard line. So Isaac Andrews has got his heels on the baseline there, Blake. So got to have a
good punts back off, but they're bringing the heat.
Either way, you're looking at Hardaway Hawks will have excellent field position.
A little high snap.
Well, not as good a punt. We did get a pretty decent roll. It's going to bounce out at about the Troup Tigers 33-yard line. And I tell you what, we talk about momentum swings, but it's not swung yet. It's all been Hardaway the entire second half.
Yeah, our punter should have took a little acting class on that one. It looked like they kind of brushed him. I think maybe he could have flopped around in the end zone and Mike could have played that one off a little bit better, but maybe we should put him in an acting class, Greg.
Well, Isaac's speaking of, he is definitely limping, so he could have fallen down. But at any rate, pressure zone for the Tigers to hold these Hawks really to 3 and out if they can, because, and of course, they're not in punting territory as we've seen before, so they're already in 4-down territory as they start this drive on the Tigers' 33-yard line.
Here we need to make a statement.
Yep. Man in motion. Quarterback takes a snap. He'll roll a 3-step back. Under a lot of pressure, but I think he's going to wind up escaping. You got Jordan Adams chasing him out of bounds. He's going to still wind up losing a couple of yards, but he was under so much pressure with Quay Birdsong that Birdsong almost had him back here to about the 45-yard line, and that would have been about a 13-yard loss. As it turns up, they're going to give him a 4-yard loss, so it'll be second down and about 14 for Hardaway, as they're going to mark the ball on the 37-yard line of the Troup Tigers. Clock continues to actually stop because the quarterback had run out of bounds. 7:13 left to go in the third quarter of play. Hardaway 22, Troup Tigers 13. No way the Tigers need to let these Hawks score. They've got to hold them 3 and out. Quarterback's by himself. They've got twin wide receivers to the right, wide receiver to the left's in motion. He's going to fake it, just hand it right out, run it right up the middle.
Oh,
he's going to go untouched in the end zone from 37 yards out, pouring salt into the wounds are these Hardaway Hawks. So at the 7-minute, 6-second mark of the third quarter, I don't see any flags. I just see a touchdown signal. That'll bring it 28-13 on a 34-yard run.
Yeah, that's kind of worst case scenario what the Tigers were looking for there, to go down another 6 points here at this point in the ball game. We've been kind of looking for our offense to, bust some big plays. They've been running sideline to sideline. I think here's the point where you've got to pull some of those out to get your momentum back.
All right, so Hardaway's going to take a timeout before they try a two-point conversion. With that, 28-13 Hawks over the Tigers. We'll be right back.
Hi, football fans. I'm Kelly Watkins with Glenn Smith in Opelika. We love this time of the year with all the excitement in football. We also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We salute the teams, coaches, bands, the cheerleaders, and of course the families and fans. We are proud to be your Chevrolet Buick GMC dealer for East Alabama and West Georgia. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC. Get ready to smile.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
So the Hardaway Hawks is contemplating what do they do for this two-point conversion. Already up by 28-13, 15 points, so a little over 2 touchdowns, and they're trying to go for a third two-point conversion. They've already converted 2 two-point conversions. So after all that timeout, we've got a late guy running in on the field for the Tigers. Of course, the white cap is now talking to Glisson. Glisson standing on at about the 18-yard line, talking to the referee, and have no clue as to what he would be talking about at this point in time. Perhaps he's negotiating something that's going to happen, but I don't know. But maybe he's giving us defensive coaching staff a little extra time to find out what's going on. But at any rate, 28-13. So as they line up, we get yet another whistle. So what do we got now? We've got the back judge coming up, having a conversation with the umpire. And who knows what they're doing? It could be he's going to send the guy off the field. And I don't know if
I think his hat came off, Greg. I think he's got to sit out a play.
You may be right, but something happened, and they kept their eye on him. And I think they were just trying to sneak him in and let him play, or either because you know the coaches had to know that, and the player
that's
certainly
a good sized fella. I'm pretty sure they wanted to run behind him. Greg.
So Hardaway got fresh player in there. They'll take the snap. Guess what they're going to do? I thought they were going to run it straight up the middle. He's working.
He's met.
But I tell you what, finally, I want to say Jordan Adams. Let's see what number comes up.
Like 24, Jordan Adams. I think you're right on
Jordan
that.
Adams finally comes up and makes a big play. Hey, with that, we're going to take a 2-spot back real quick to this radio station, 28-13 on Eagle Sports.
You still don't need to buy no ugly shirt now.
At Mud Creek Graphics, we have over 23 years of experience bringing you the very best in apparel printing. Our exceptional graphic artists will work with you to create beautiful custom designed t-shirts for any occasion. But that's not all. Mud Creek is there for you for the printing of banners and signs that will get your message across to everyone. We love supporting our local schools every year, so for your custom t-shirts, signs, banners, embroidery, and more, like Mud Creek Graphics on the Book of Faces, or visit us at 211 Greenville Street.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Man, I like that board management. You guys doing an excellent job tonight. We don't even miss Jack. Actually, we do. We miss Jack terribly, but you guys are doing a great job out there. I just want to say kudos to you guys. So Hardaway set to kick off. We've got Kelly back deep along with Ferguson. It looks like Kelly is the man to take the football at about the 15-yard line. He'll cut it across field. He's going backwards now. Way backwards. He's not going to make it out of their grips. It looks like they wanted to take him and pile drive him backwards, but they're going to mark him down. He was actually beyond the 20, Blake, and then he kind of curls back trying to outrun the pursuit. But I tell you what, they've done a good job at getting their speed up for Hardaway because, man, Hardaway has got some speed. But they're going to mark the ball short of the 20 at the 18, and that's where the Tigers will take over. And to say that, it's still a lot left in the game. There is a lot. There's a whole quarter and a half left, but you're down 50. You're down 2 touchdowns, and at some point in time, you got to do something rather than 3 and out. And that touchdown was going to be an answer. Would have swung the momentum our way if we hadn't held.
Holding call, yep.
So let's see what happens. Man in motion. He sets up. Teo Todd takes a snap. He tosses it out to Anthony Ferguson. Anthony Ferguson busts it up the middle, and actually, let me see. That could have been. Let me check the number. Check the number. That was number 7. That's A.J. Tucker. Took that little short toss, and he took it right up the backside of Royce White, and that picks up about 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3. That's the kind of plays we need. Good positive yardage as the Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage. You've got a tight bunch formation on the left side. Takes the ball, hands it off to Tucker right up the middle. Tucker's going to pound forward. They're going to give him maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half as they'll move the chains just a little bit. Actually, no, they're going to give him about 3 yards. It may be close to a first down. Let's see what they do. I call that a first down. He's going to get 4 yards. Good job, A.J. Tucker. Good job on that right side between the offensive line with Braxton Truitt, Will Cooley, the center, Braxton Truitt, the left guard, and then Royce White, the left tackle. So you've got tight trip formation to the right side of the line. Teo Todd will take the snap. He'll roll out to the right side as he's got a wide out here in Buddy Wortham, who'll actually catch it as he falls to the ground, but he's still going to pick up 5 yards. And, we'll take 5 yards every play, Blake.
That's right, especially on first down like that, if they get you a good foot forward. I was going to say, Kelly, man, he's really perfected that sidestep. It's like, man, that first guy is never going to touch him because he goes to tackle. He's just not there anymore,
yeah.
Greg.
No, you're right. And correct me, that was Neville Dean on that reception there. So both Buddy Wortham and Neville Dean now will go wide left. Royce White will have the end of the interior line. Teo Todd will take the snap. He'll hand it off to DeMonte Moss. And you've got, unfortunately, Demetrius Hurd, the senior right tackle, but this is his first year, and they just overloaded on him. He's probably one of the smallest offensive linemen. They just overloaded on him and just put him in the backfield, unfortunately, and he just couldn't hold them off. And that was about a 3 or 4 yard loss. So 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. So can I say that Hardaway's bringing to the house? They are bringing everything. Right now they got another blitz. They almost had oh, man, what a hit on Teo Todd. I'm telling you, this is textbook, just totally being coached up by these coaches over here in this next box and down on the sidelines. And man, they're just having a good time right now, the Hardaway Hawks are. It's 4:19, 4:18 left in the third quarter. Up by 15 points, 28-13. Hardaway is really this third quarter. They just came out and just dominating Troup.
Are they standing around a flag there, Greg? Looks like there's a flag at their feet.
There is, and I know that's an area where Teo Todd was struggling to get going. But you know what? Why is the clock? The clock was running for, 15 seconds before somebody acknowledged there was a flag. And now you got Will Cooley that's saying looks like it's going to be against Hardaway, but be interested to see what they call.
And, they've brought the house to this whole drive here. I would look for a play action here, Greg.
Well, he put his hand on his hat like it was illegal participation, but I didn't see a personal foul or anything like that. But they're going to move the ball all the way out to the 45-yard line. I'll get some clarification on that. Could have been spearing or something, but if that's the case, the player would be out of the game right now. At any rate, the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Once again, the officials are having an official meeting. They break their huddle. Referee goes back, umpire goes back, and, actually the umpire's over the football, getting ready to let the players get settled in. All right, boys, blow the whistle. Let's play some football. 4:09. Let's see. Todd takes a handoff. He gives it to Tucker. Tucker looks like he might have lost the football, but he's able to hold on to it. But you know that the holes are being clogged by Hardaway when Tucker goes up the middle. He says, I can't go that way. I can't go up. And then he's just corralled at the line of scrimmage. So
that's right. They just had 2 guys sitting there waiting on him. He couldn't go left, couldn't go right. Like you said, he tried to split the middle and 2 more guys standing there.
3:30 left in the third quarter. Hardaway 28, Troup Tigers 13. Tigers got to come up. AJ fakes a toss. He breaks his tackle. He's got a man deep. See if he can get off. He's got right through the hands of Neville Dean. Neville had that last second push off, and you can see the defensive back asking for a flag. Neville might have had just a slight little push, but when he did push, there was no flag, and he jumped up and he just went right through his hands on about the 10-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers as we really, really need to convert a first down.
And, Todd's been pretty accurate tonight when they let him throw the football. That wasn't a bad throw by Todd.
All right, here we go. Teo Todd takes a low snap. He's being pressured out of the box. He'll take it, tuck it, and run. Don't block behind the back. Teo will pick up maybe 2 yards. It'll bring up 4th down and 9. You see and you got a line full of seniors, but it's just discouraging right now when you know that Hardaway is just pinning their ears back, man. They're just almost they can't do anything wrong. Tonight's one of those nights. They're all over the field, Blake.
They are, Greg. Actually, I just watched, I think it's number 51 for Hardaway there. I mean, he just sunk our right tackle and just ran all over him. They, like you said, they can't do anything wrong. It seems like the odds are ever in their favor tonight.
I'm telling you, it's a scrappy bunch, those Hardaway Hawks. Snap. Isaac Andrews gets it. He punts over end, but still he may get a good troop roll.
Nice.
Let's see what happens. Come on.
See if they can get on it. They get on it.
Right. I bet it's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, he's calling it a touchback.
Wow, what a great effort, though, by Nazar Easter to run that ball down and kind of throw it back, and it lands really on the goal line. Wow. 2:27 left in the 3rd quarter of play. 28 for the Hawks, 13 for the Tigers. Not in our favor. I tell you what, it's been all Hardaway ever since they blew the whistle in the second half. And, again, kudos to them. Heck of a scrappy bunch of players and never give up. So whatever they're feeding them down there in Columbus, Hardaway's doing it right. The Hawks coming to the line of scrimmage. Typical formation. A couple of wideouts to the right. A tight set formation with the H back up behind the right tackle.
Our line's bunching to the right here, Greg.
Quarterback's looking, saying, all right, what do I do? All right, he moves the tailback over to the left side. So now we've got a flag, and what do we got, a delay of game? Maybe he had his hand set down and he moved it. He was in his set motion, but at any rate, the umpire threw the flag, so it'll be backed up 5 yards. Now, we – and I'm going to make a little joke here, but the Hardaway coaches next to us are complaining about the officiating, but yet they come from Columbus. Sorry. Just a dig, because we've been down there for years, and it's like, really? Anyway, with that being said, 2nd down and 15 for the Hawks as he hands it off. A slant right up the right side.
Nice defense there.
Yep, left side of the defensive line, and that time there was probably 4 or 5 Tigers in on the tackle. Xavier Clark, Chris Hilton, along with number 6 for the Tigers. And I don't know if Cullum Irvin, we gave credit for Cullum for catching a pass out of bounds earlier with an errant throw by the Hardaway quarterback when he's under. So that's the 2nd time we've called Cullum's name tonight. Minute 56 left in the 3rd quarter of play. I want to say second down and about 15. Quarterback drops back. He's got a man out wide open, and he just lowers his head rather than getting out of bounds. He just absolutely lowers his head. Give him credit for that. Good job by number 6, Cullum Irvin, as he makes the tackle, but not after about a 13-yard gain, maybe a 14-yard gain, which really shortens that distance. You got 3rd down and 1 for Hardaway. Way too much to give up on that 2nd down play, Blake.
Yeah, give credit to Irvin for hanging on there and getting that stop, because there was nothing but green plastic grass in front of him.
Well, if it had been a smaller wideout, he might have taken and hooked it out of bounds, but that big wideout just lowered his head and picked up another yard by taking Cullum head on. So he got an empty set in the backfield. The quarterback's just going to take it right up the middle, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to get up about 7, maybe 8 yards out to the 38-yard line. They're going to mark it maybe about the 37.5-yard line, but it'll be another first down for the Hardaway Hawks. And I was keeping up with the first down, but I'll tell you, I think my ink ran out, so we won't keep up with them anymore. All right, the Tigers on defense. Hardaway Hawks is not wasting time. They're jumping up. They're pushing these Tigers. Hey, man, let's go. We're ready to play some football. Quarterback on an isolation. He'll take it right back up the middle. Give credit to that offensive line there. They're just pushing our Tigers and back 5 yards. So quarterback takes it. He just runs at will, and he'll pick up 3. But then the offensive line chimes in and pushes them up another 4.
Yeah, the play before that, it seemed like, we had a good push up front, and then all of a sudden he just came and slipped through and for 10 yards, All
right. So they're kind of hanging out waiting for a play call as the clock continues to run. I don't guess they're going to play another call. They're holding their hands up for the fourth quarter. Tell you what, that is the end of the third quarter. Your Tigers not on the winning side. They're 13. The Hardaway Hawks is 28. We'll be back after these commercial messages.
The world has changed, but your desire to live your healthiest life has not. From temperature checks to extra deep cleaning, your health and safety when you visit our offices, health parks, and hospitals remains our top priority. Our primary care and specialty medical experts are ready to see you through any health concern you may have. We are here for Georgia, and we are here for you. WellStar, more than healthcare, people care.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Blake and I were just talking during the commercial break. We've got a little bit of time here as they take off the huddles from both sides. But, the Hardaway coaches we were talking about, they were hollering, same play, same play. I've often asked the coaches, why don't you run the same play, same formation, same play, just belly up and go? Because if you get 7 or 8 yards on one play, I think the mentality of coaches is, nobody ever runs the same play twice, especially out of the same formation, so surely they're not going to do it.
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
Like you're saying, you get those 7 or 8 yards there, and then worst thing happened, you get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. You're at a 3rd and 2, which isn't a bad situation.
Yeah. No, I'll take 3rd and 2. But it's just funny. So, yeah, they just pound and ground right up third. So we begin in this third quarter, guys. This fourth quarter. 12 minutes to go in this ball game, and the Tigers are down by 15 points. They're down by 2 touchdowns. They've got to turn it up on both sides of the football if they want to make something happen, come out with a victory tonight, guys. So the Hardaway Hawks will take the snap. He'll hand it off to the motion guy, and he swerves back. He's under a lot of pressure. He's going to a holding, plus we're going to Zy Varner says nope. He fought off his man, plus made the tackle, but we're going to have a holding by the Hawks on Zy Varner. But,
I think there's 2 or 3 players there holding, Greg, because they called the one on the near side, but I seen a jersey all the way from up here on the far side, so I think there could have been 2 or 3 holding calls on that one.
Well, this is – I sat here and watched the entire football game last week against Callaway. This is a different Hardaway team tonight. Maybe – they just need to get used to this turf from last week. This is their second week in a row at playing here at Callaway Stadium, and they've definitely gotten used to it. All right, we're going to take a timeout with 11:53 left in the third quarter. Hardaway 28, Troup High 13. We'll be back after these short messages.
At ML Aubrey, we are proud to sponsor the Troup Tigers this year. ML Aubrey is the oldest continuously operated family-owned farm supply store in the South. We have feed for every animal, of course, but we do sell lots of Carhartt clothing, plus Rocky, Georgia, Dan Post, and Muck boots. We sell food plot seed with all the different seeds you need. Our 5-way Pats blend is only $16.95 for 50 pounds, and this year, 50 pounds of our own Triple 13 is only $10.45 a bag at ML Aubrey. We are ML Aubrey, Main Street, beautiful downtown Roanoke.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
All right, so we're back at Callaway Stadium. Kind of a somber feeling with the Tiger fans. Not a lot to cheer about tonight as the stadium really looks good on the Tiger side. There's probably a couple of hundred fans. I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe 100 fans over on the Hardaway side. But, they've had a lot to cheer about tonight. We haven't, as it's 28-13, Hardaway Hawks over the Troup Tigers as we're just really starting this fourth quarter of play. Second down and long, like really long for the Hardaway Hawks. He'll take the snap. He's just going to run it right up the middle, and he runs into a brick wall. He has to bounce outside, and he's still going. He's still scrappy. He's still fighting. And then there may be another flag. Let's see. I hope not. But you had Cullum Urban kind of pushing him out of bounds, and he made something out of that, Blake. There's a flag way over there on the other side, but, give the quarterback credit. We had him in the backfield trying to shoestring tackle him. He bounces outside and still picks up 10 yards back to the original line of scrimmage.
I'm going to give the Tigers a little bit of credit there. We had about 5 guys chasing the football that time to the near hash here.
True that. I'm trying to get binoculars to see what.
I don't know what's going on over there. That was maybe a wide receiver moved on that far side. I think that's as far as away from the play as you can get.
Illegal procedure on the offense.
They're going to call a legal procedure on the offense. So back them up 5 more yards.
Hardaway steps up. He's got twins to the right. Single set. Wide out, way out to the left. Umpire blows a whistle. Quarterback looks over. He slaps his hands. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to the slot of the tailback who just does a scissors. And there's again, he's breaking arm tackles. And you see what he did? He put his foot down, his hand down, and just kept on trying.
Yeah, we were having the same issue with Callaway's running back. We kept trying to arm tackle you.
Yeah.
You've got to put a shoulder in that guy's thigh once or twice and let him know that you're still there.
True. He did get significant yardage back. It'll still be 3rd down and about 9 for Hardaway, but they picked up about 15 on that one. So the Tigers have really got to buckle it up now. The clock is still ticking away. Twins to the right. Tigers set basically in a nickel formation on the defensive. Nice job by the defense that time. Zy Varner, but give credit to number 34 for the Tigers. DeMonte Reed turns it back inside, and when he turns it back inside, he's met head up with number 4, Zy Varner. There's a flag down the play.
A little jawing after the play. I think this one's going to go against the Hawks, Greg.
Well, you see a couple of Hawks players taking the quarterback and just pushing him back like, come on, now, settle down. So, he's going to move it back. But
Troop's J.C. Copeland went all the way out there to get one of our guys.
Yep, the head coach is over there kind of consoling the quarterback because they're number 7. Actually, Savon Fuller, he's a cornerback. He's probably a tailback. But I think he's also slipped in there at quarterback a few times. They're going to back it up, though. Depends on what they're going to issue. They take a while tonight to kind of – they've had several mini huddles, mini meetings by the striped crew, and I guess they just want to get it right. So unsportsmanlike conduct by the Tigers. Unsportsmanlike conduct by the Hawks. We're going to decline it, wave it off. We're going to replay that down. So it's still 3rd down and 9. The ball's resting on the Hardaway 40-yard line. They've got to get out to the 48-yard. So actually they've moved the sticks. 4th down. It's 4th and 8. They've got to get out to the 48-yard line for a 1st down. 4th down. They've got a guy deep as if they're going to try to punt the ball. Tigers have nobody back. Devontae Reed is slipping back a little bit. They're kind of keeping their eye on. He saw almost
went through his arms.
Blocked it. And as luck would have it, it gets a slight Hardaway roll. They'll down it on about the 27. Your score, 28 Hardaway, 13 Tigers. We'll be right back.
Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, your locally owned and operated flooring professional since 1977. With a huge inventory of hardwood, tile, carpet, area rugs, and vinyl flooring, add the wonderful installation crew that gets the job done right, and you'll enjoy your flooring for years to come. So drop in and pick out your flooring, and they will measure your home and give you a free estimate quick. Kemp's Dalton West Flooring, located at 1287 Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, or on the web at daltonwest.com. And like Kemp's Dalton West Flooring on Facebook and Instagram.
Now back to the field for more Troop Tigers high school football.
28-13 is your score here. Hardaway Hawks on top of your Troup Tigers. Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage on a tight bunch on either side. You've got Teo Todd takes a low snap. He flushed out of the box. He's going to plant, try to do something with it, but they are so much pursuit on the backside that for Hardaway Hawks, which is tackling for a loss. He's going to lose probably about 12 yards.
Yeah, he ran all the way to that far hash and just turned back in right into the loving arms of a Hawk tackler there.
You know, one of the things the backside linemen need to do is if you know your quarterback's going to be moving to the opposite side, you've got to be able to keep your backside pursuit at bay. Trips to the left side. Single wide out, tight to the right side. Todd will take the snap, look toward the left, and he goes on his own. He's going to pick up about 8 yards outside the 20 up to about the 24-yard line, which helps, but it's still going to be third down and maybe 15. Third and 14, maybe 15. There's a Hardaway Hawk on the turf. He is getting up. I don't guess he was down long enough to consider that an injury.
Shuffling his feet a little bit. Maybe it was the cramp.
Well, the coaches are bringing him out, which is probably a smart thing. He may have a cramp because there's not been a lot of substitution by these Hardaway Hawks tonight. 9:04, 9:03, clock still ticking. Tigers got to, at some point in time, you got to pick up the pace or you got to answer with a long touchdown, but you almost don't have time to make a drive. Todd takes the snap. He's under a lot of pressure again. He's running back toward the turn. He turns up. He comes back upfield. He'll fire it out. You know, that may be that was hit outside of, but that's amazing that wasn't a personal foul out of bounds. But anyway, you got a Hardaway Hawk on the ground and a Troup Tiger down. And I really can't tell who it is. Let's see. But we do have a Tiger down on the field. It's an offensive lineman. With that, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Troup Tigers 13, Hardaway Hawks 28. We'll be right back.
Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945, and they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs, and Thursday's all-you-can-eat catfish, and with their Brundrick stew is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish, so dine in or use a convenient drive-thru Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
So P.J. Jones was injured. He's able to help get himself up off the ground, and J.C. Copeland's helping him off the field, but he's walking off by himself, limping a little bit. Zach Smith will take his place. It'll be fourth down for the Tigers. That's what they're showing. We're going to do a little quick kick. A nice kick by Teo Todd. He is able to kick it down. They're going to down it at the 39-yard line of the Hardaway Hawks. So that was a little quick kick by Teo Todd. He was kind of about 7 yards deep rather than the normal 11 to 12 yards. So he was able to nice punt it out of there. Kind of caught Hardaway a little bit off guard. I don't know that, of course, they hadn't really been putting anybody back deep like that, but good job by Teo. But the Tigers, 8:40 left. You're talking about having to crank it up. I think a lot of your average fans, a lot of your intense fans are not going to say, oh, there's plenty of time left. You know, there's 8 minutes and 40 seconds. And the way the ebb and the flow of this game's going, it's not been in favor of the Tigers. So if you're going to turn the momentum, you're going to shift this momentum, the Tigers right now need a turnover. They need to pin their ears back and make something happen.
And, you know, the way Hardaway's been able to run the ball, I look for them to control the clock here. You know, we need to be in the backfield every time they snap the ball. Here comes another flag in, Greg.
And it's coming from the referee, the back position, and they've yet to almost blow the whistle in if they did. So what do we got here? Illegal participation by Hardaway. They must have had a substitution after they broke the huddle, so that'll back them up 5 yards. Of course, the clock had yet to start on the change of possessions. 8:40 left in this football contest. Hardaway Hawks 28. Your Troup Tigers 13. All right. Play is whistled in. tight formation by the Hawks. Quarterback will slap, take his hands. He's going to hand it off to the tailback, who I don't know, he's picking up 9-10 yards at a time. So
ran into his own guy there.
Now, he did. He picked up. It was a first down and 15. He picks up 6 yards. I guess he ran 10 because when he took the handoff 3 yards deep. But it'll be 2nd down and 9, as maybe 2nd and 8. So giving a guy 7 yards of pop is way too generous for our defensive unit.
Yeah, we need to hit them at the line of scrimmage and drive them backwards, not let them fall forward.
And as you can see, Hardaway, as you said earlier, they want to run this clock management. They're taking their sweet time, getting them to the line of scrimmage. They're just kind of easing out there. And now you've got another. All right, here we go. He winds the play in, and so Hardaway's just taking their sweet time, kind of looking over to the sidelines.
Is that the kicking tee still on the 30 there, Greg? See that orange? Is that the kicking tee out there still?
It sure does look like it. You'd think the referee would pick it up. Now, the quarterback's holding on to his chin strap, so now he goes under. So, yeah, they're milking the clock. He takes the snap, hands it off to his tailback. His tailback's going to outrun the Tigers to the corner. He'll turn the corner. He'll pick up 1 yard, and you knew that was kind of going to happen, is that Sir Morgan, along with Devontae Reed, gave the tailback just a little extra push, but they're pointing back in toward the line. I really thought it would be a late hit out of bounds, Blake, but they're pointing back inside between the numbers and the hash mark if something happened over there. And if it happened over there, it's going to be a holding more than likely.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see because, like you said, that extra little shove did come in there once the cleats were on the white.
I know the coach is in the visitors box over here was really clapping, and they really thought that it was a personal foul. But let's see what the referee has to say.
See if he'll rain on their parade.
Okay, so I don't know. I guess he kind of pumped his fist together. I don't know if I've ever seen that call. I can only assume it was like helmet to helmet. I have no clue, but we'll get well, and it's not a 5-yard penalty either. It's from the line of scrimmage is a 15-yard penalty, so it was probably helmet to helmet or something because it was. I don't know. Interesting. I guess we need to read up on it. You think these rules don't ever change, but I guess they do with all this COVID going on. There's probably new rules out there, social distancing rules. But that'll back Hardaway up. 7:25 left in this game. 2nd down and looks to be about 23, 24 yards to go. But I don't. And they're in, of course, the clock stopped, so it's really they don't need to not be in a hurry. They just need to go ahead and run a play. So the quarterback will take the snap. He'll hand it to his up back, who immediately takes off to the left side, and he'll pick up about – don't want to go down. Look at him. I mean, he just doesn't want to go down. He'll pick up maybe 2 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and maybe 21 yards maybe to go. The clock's still running. Tigers need to hurry up and get up off the ground. Where it'll force the umpire to set the ball. He set the ball now. He's looked toward the referee and said, all right, let's go. So the clock is ticking, not only ticking, but the play clock is ticking too. So 3rd down and let's say 21 for Hardaway. They're easing up, moseying up to the line of scrimmage. They're talking it over in the backfield about what they want to do. No, get to this side. I told you the other side. All right, so the quarterback will snap. He takes the snap, fakes a handoff. He's going to drop and throw it long down the field. And good job by, let me see, that number 21 for the Tigers. Quay Moss. He's got 27. I'm sorry, bad. That's a slant. So he's able to break it up from his strong safety position. But hey, that Hardaway was going for that dagger one.
They were going
straight down the middle, and I tell you what, it was a jump ball situation, and Moss wasn't the tallest guy. He just out jumped him. With that incomplete pass, the clock stops at 6:28 to go in this ball game. Troup Tigers 13. Hardaway Hawks a little bit more than that at 28.
Yeah, they're a hungry football team, Greg. I'm not really surprised to see them going for a downfield ball like that here with 6 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the game.
Well, after seeing the Hardaway Hawks play Callaway Cavaliers last week, I guess I saw a different Hardaway team because tonight they're coming out blazing. Takes a snap. Uh-oh, he's going to fall down. I don't see any flag coming out of there. So the punt gets the punter falls down, so he did take acting classes. But the ball will roll all the way down to the 30 and a half yard line.
We do got a flag down here, right on about the 22-yard line.
On the side. But that shouldn't be running into the kicker or roughing the kicker because it was coming from the side judge. So, like I say, I hope our foam on these microphones don't pick up everything that some of these guys are saying in the next booth because all I can say is pray for them. All right. With that, so we're going to try this punt one more time. Troup still electing not to put anybody deep, and obviously they're trying to make something happen, which could be Troup's best friend is if they could get in there, maybe have a low snap, high snap, something to just give you an extra half a second to probably block this punt, because really we need a short field if we can get it. And nope, still was able to get the kick off. He does get a Tiger bounce. It just kind of bounced sideways, so it's going to wind up being on the 44-yard line. So we probably would have picked up about 5 yards on that exchange right there. So 5:56 left, just short of 6 minutes left in this game. And Hardaway coaches over against us. They're celebrating, having fun. They're laughing between every play. So having a lot of fun over the years. Right now they're putting the whooping on the Tigers, 28-13. And the Tigers have got to answer some of that whooping as they got to open up a can to themselves and see if we can answer. So they're starting from the 44-yard line. The umpire says, hold up, wait a second. Let's get everybody set. So they got a little trip bunch sitting over here on the left side. Single backfield as Ferguson is sitting beside. Takes the ball. He's thrown, and it's really not catchable. But we're trying to argue for Ferguson's asking for a flag. It was a tough throw to catch, and of course Hardaway coaches ever so eloquent in their language was saying no, that wasn't a catchable pass either. So it is second down and 10 by the Troup Tigers. Ball's on the 44-yard line. Twins out here to the left side. Teo Todd will slap his hand, take the snap. He'll fake it to his up back, take the ball himself, run. He comes out. He gets across the 45, but then he pull him back to the 44. But they're going to spot the ball on the 45-yard line. So it'll bring up third down and 9.5. I see a flag on the far side of the field, Blake, over about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
So let's see. Looks like they're going to walk it off toward the Tigers this time. 5:37 left in this football game. Hardaway Hawks 28, Troup Tigers 13. Monday night, you can catch us, see what Coach Glisson has to say about this ball game, as we'll be reviewing this ball game. 7:30 at Your Pie. You guys come on out and join us. Make it a Monday night of pizza and coaches in football. Teo Todd takes the snap. He's under a ton of pressure and just totally blew past the offensive line. And we've got 7 blue jerseys, 1 or 2 of them with their hands on their head. And but we've got a quarterback buried on the 25-yard line. And so that was a loss of about 16 yards. So that'll bring up third down and, I don't know, let's say a country mile. And a country mile is longer than a city mile, so this is a long ways.
At least I can take that vocabulary over the Hardaway coaching staff over here.
All right, so here we go. Tigers lined up. They got trips to the left side, twins to the right side, single, empty set backfield. We got a flag. We got illegal motion for the Tigers. So now that's adding insult to injury. We're going to back it up from the 25 back to the 20. And so that'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, about 34 yards to go for a first down. Third down and 34. 4:51 left in this contest.
About third down and a mile.
That's right. A big one. Hardaway 28, Troup Tigers 13. Tigers got 2 touchdowns to score and a short time to get there. Hardaway putting pressure again. Tail Tides rushed out of the pocket. He throws the ball downfield, and it should have been caught, but it's not. And on the sidelines, Neville Dean just in and out of his hands. And so that'll bring up fourth down and, as Blake said earlier, a country mile. And
curious to see what the Troup coaching staff here is going to do with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in competition.
Coach Glisson's calling Dwortney Wortham to the sidelines, and now Dwortney's going back in, and Tail Todd remains in the game, and it could be another quick kick situation, or it could be just a go route. I mean, let's just see what happens as the Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage, fourth and forever on their own 20-yard line, down by 2 touchdowns. So Tail Todd will back up into a punting situation. Snap, kick. Nobody's really deep. He punts it, and he gets a Hardaway bounce, and the Tigers cover it on the 48-yard line. So excellent field position by Hardaway Hawks. And this is a fast-paced Hardaway. They're ready to get the kids out there. They're getting out here quick, but they won't let us go to commercial because they're going to take forever to run a play. Of course, the ball, they need to snap it, so it really doesn't matter this time because the clock's not running. 4:30 left in this contest. We appreciate all the comments from you guys out there listening. It's the first time I've done play-by-play this year. Normally I'm relegated to playoffs when I'm going to different areas of the state, but I do enjoy doing play-by-play. As Blake offered, first-timers helping us out, and he's done a tremendous job. You guys give him a hand. All right, thank you.
Well, it's not hard to look good when you got the newbie sitting beside you.
Whatever. I hear you. All right, so the Hawks, they're going to call a timeout. With that, we are too. Hardaway 28, Troup Tigers 13. We'll be back after these commercial break.
Life costs money, sometimes lots. First Franklin Financial has loans for living. Our Hogansville and LaGrange branches offer personal loans with payment plans to fit any budget. Stop by and meet the friendly Franklin folk at the location near you. Visit onefc.com to learn more. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Back to Callaway Stadium. What a gorgeous night. It's going to turn out to be a good weekend tomorrow. And if there's any brightness to this football game tonight, it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. But, there's still 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. A lot can happen. The Tigers could pin their ears back and create a turnover. And, we haven't had really any turnovers tonight. We probably need to generate one right now. Hardaway takes a snap, has a man in motion, takes a snap. He'll look out. He just simply goes up the middle.
And we get him.
And the Tigers nail him 4 or 5 yards deep. And that time the Tigers are crashing a line of scrimmage. But you're right. We need to have a turnover for 4:26. The clock is stopped. So did I hear timeout taken? All right, there's a timeout on the field by Hardaway. We're going to take a timeout as well. If you've just joined us, crazy ball game. Hardaway 28. Troup Tigers 13. We'll be right back.
At ML Aubrey, we are proud to sponsor the Troup Tigers this year. ML Aubrey is the oldest continuously operated family-owned farm supply store in the South. We have feed for every animal, of course, but we do sell lots of Carhartt clothing, plus Rocky, Georgia, Dan Post, and Muck boots. We sell food plot seed with all the different seeds you need. Our 5-way Pats blend is only $16.95 for 50 pounds, and this year, 50 pounds of our own Triple 13 is only $10.45 a bag at ML Aubrey. We are ML Aubrey, Main Street, beautiful downtown Roanoke.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Give credit to the fans too. They're loyal. There's several years ago, these fans would have got to started walking out, but I don't think I see anybody leaving there. I think they still believe, as a lot of these shirts say, hashtag, or if I didn't know any better, I'd say £.
Showing your age there, Greg.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, I didn't know that was a hashtag. But anyway, hashtag believe in THS, and I believe that these fans are staying around because they think a miracle is going to happen. We're going to come back for this ball game. Hardaway.
Well, I hope they're right, Greg.
I hope they're right, too. So Hardaway was going to snap it, but then they looked back up at the coach. Their kids are in their stance, so here comes the snap, taken. Up back takes it and just runs to the outside. Tigers pursue.
Oh, my goodness.
Miss a couple of tackles, miss another one down the sidelines. Got a flag thrown. Maybe it's a clip. Maybe it's a block in the back, but if not, it's a first down, and it would have been a 15-yard gain. He got about 18 yards and should have been tackled at the line of scrimmage. But let's see what happens. So I can only assume it's going back. Like it's referee by committee.
They're going to have an official meeting. They should have got a Zoom session going before they started tonight, Greg.
He's marking it off from the spot of the foul, from the spot of the flag, and that's 2 yards short of the first down. He's going to mark off 10. Hardaway coaches tell him to put on brakes. He did. And so it'll be third down. The clock's not working as far as the down and distance, but second down and 12 for Hardaway. 4:18 left in this ball game. Clock stopped, so there's no need for them. They can't really milk the clock, so they need to go ahead and run a play. Tight formation. Quarterback and tailback are like foot to foot, so you never really know who's going to get the snap when the center snaps it.
They're both looking back at the play clock, but they don't realize the game clock's not moving.
Yeah. So they snap it, take it, quarterback just straight middle. He hits a hole. He's going to pick up 5 yards too many, and he'll run him out at the 48-yard line on the Troup Tiger side.
Sir Morgan led the hit for the Tigers that time. I hear the coaching staff here beside us saying stay in bounds there. They're trying to run as much clock as they possibly can.
Absolutely. All right, so there's a timeout taken on the field. Not sure by who, but we'll be right back after a couple commercial breaks.
Kia of LaGrange would like to personally invite you to see the evolution of the sedan. Kia has transformed the Kia Optima into the sedan of the future. The all-new, totally awesome 2021 Kia K5. Yep, it's okay to stare because it's show-stopping and jaw-dropping. You can drive a 2021 Kia K5 LX model starting at only $23,998. Test drive one today. Kia of LaGrange at 1217 Lafayette Parkway.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Man in motion, they fake it, run it right up the middle, which is where they've had good success tonight, and they pick up about 3 yards. It'll be 4th down and 3 for Hardaway Hawks as the ball is going to be spotted on the Troup Tigers' 45.5-yard line. And I would say that there's no reason to punt it, but they may punt anyway. If they do, Tigers won't set anybody back. And they hadn't been punting it. We shouldn't roll in the end zone if that's the way they're going to handle it. Do we have another timeout taken? If that's another timeout taken by almost either team, they're about out of timeouts.
I think Troup had one more. I'm not sure if they're taking it or not.
All right, so let's leave it right here for a minute. You know, with 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in the game, you've obviously got to have something huge to take part. This 4th down for Hardaway. The Tigers are looking to create some havoc. Hardaway's got an option to punt it, or do they try to run the football? They've had really good success running the football.
And, you know, Greg, if Troup gets the ball back, what's your game plan on our offense?
And so I'm almost was about to say, if I'm Hardaway, I'm just going to run an offensive play. And guess what? It looks like they're going to run an offensive play. And so
Troop's got a guy 30 yards back.
Yeah, and they're moving him up because, Hardaway has good success.
Oh, we meet him at the
but
line.
not that time. So finally,
number 15, Quade Birdsong, just lit him up in the backfield.
Freshman Birdsong. You got to like that kid. We said earlier, hey, you expect seniors to step up, but I like it when a freshman steps up like that. So the Tigers take over offensively. And they don't really have time to drag out, and they've got to really make something happen. They can't afford to have Teo Todd running around in the backfield under a lot of pressure. You got to have run crisp plays. You got to block your man. Do your job. Do what you're supposed to do, and let's create a touchdown of this thing. 4 minutes and 1 second left. Tigers have the ball on the 47-yard line. Takes a snap. He rolls out. He stops. He plants. He's under pressure. He throws it deep to Marcurius Kelly, and it's intercepted. But it could come up as pass interference. You had both of them pushing on each other. I said Marcurius Kelly. You had Novell Dean going deep. But it'll be interesting to see how he calls that, because I could see it going both ways. You had Dean
both guys fighting for the ball.
Yeah, and so when both guys are fighting for the football, how do you call it like that? I would almost wave it off and call it an interception. But let's hope. But there's also a flag in the backfield too, and that could be holding. That could be roughing the passer after he threw the football. It could be a number of things, I think, because most people were probably looking downfield as you were, as I was. But let's see what happens. Let's see what these flags are. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in this contest. We still have hope. Nobody's left this building because they have a hashtag believe in THS mentality, and they are believing that something's good going to happen. So personal foul, roughing the passer. So that's what the play they're going to take. So we figured
another flag coming in here, Greg.
So now you've got another flag where some of the Hardaway players are taking I can see where they get it now, because obviously, like they said it. Remember the Titans? Attitude reflects the ship. And I think they may be getting unsportsmanlike conduct because of what we hear taking place next door. But at any rate, that may add.
If they're willing to give up yards, we're willing to take them right now.
Hey, it may be the easiest yard. It is the easiest yard we've had, but we'll take them because we hadn't had a chance to gain much of them tonight. But the ball right now is resting on the 38-yard line of Hardaway, and they're having a meeting of the minds. The referee is saying, hey, we've done marked off 15. What else do we need to do? All right, tell me. All right, let's go. Count them off. And so they broke huddle. He's about to look to the home sideline and say, all right, here we got a unsportsmanlike conduct by Hardaway. We're going to first down Troop. Let's move it down another 10-yard. So they're going to move it down. They're going to stop to – all right, so they got they don't get both of them. All right, so they moved the ball down to the 23-yard line. So you've got the Tigers first down and 10 inside the 25-yard line to the 23-yard line. 3:53 left in this contest. Hardaway up by 2 touchdowns. Actually, a little bit more than 2 touchdowns, by 15 points, 28-13. Teo Todd takes the snap. He tosses it out to Ferguson. Ferguson's got some running room. He'll get out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. So he'll pick up maybe 2 yards. Looked like he had an opportunity to cut it upfield, but he did the smart thing. It's running out of bounds.
That's right.
It gets a hit. He turned it upfield. He might have picked up maybe 1 more yard. So he did what he's supposed to do. He picks up 2 yards from the line of scrimmage, maybe 1.5 yards, gets out of bounds, stops the clock with 3:45 left because the Tigers are out of timeouts. So they've got to use the field wisely. Todd takes the snap. He tosses it out to Ferguson. Ferguson met with about 12 white jerseys. Seems like 12, doesn't it? And so that'll keep the clock running. The Tigers are out of timeout. They've got to hustle up the line of scrimmage, and I'm not seeing a lot of hustle out of the Tigers right now to get back to the line of scrimmage. At least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Clock's ticking.
It's 3rd down and 15. You almost got to have a play. The coach is calling in a play. They put the ball on the far hash marks. Now the Tigers got to hustle over that. Will Cooley hustles over. Don't huddle up. Get on the ball. All right. Teo Todd steps back. Nazar Easter runs over to the far side. Tigers are set. He'll take the snap. He almost tosses it. He's going to run it right up the middle. He's going to be tackled after about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 4th down and 12 from the 25-yard line. And here's another flag. I can only assume it's a flag because of the language coming out of the coaches over here next door. And there is a flag on the 25-yard line.
And, you talk about the freshman leadership earlier, Greg. Teo Toddy had that. He knows he had nowhere to go, and he bust up the middle with it. A senior quarterback with 2 minutes and 58 seconds left would have thrown that out of bounds somewhere.
Yeah, true. But as it turns out, luck may be on our side with and hope he didn't get hurt, but it could have been a late hit. They set him up, and but at any rate, we'll see what happens. They're having another meeting. The umpire and the referee are meeting at the 31-yard line behind the Troup Tigers huddle.
They've had a lot of those tonight.
They have. But anyway, I'm trying to keep talking because I don't want you guys to hear. We need to raise some money to get more insulation in this booth. All I can tell you. Oh, man.
I'm probably going to go take a shower when I get home.
No, you just feel like you dirty. You feel like you need to. I hear you, bro. All right, let's see. They move the ball down inside the 20, down to the, looks like at about the 17.5-yard line. It'll still be 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers. So let's see what they've got. They've got trips out here to the left. Teo Todd will take it, 2-step drop. He's going to toss it across the middle under double coverage. He zoomed it in to Wortham. It was a zip pass, too, now, but it hit Wortham's hand, and it probably should have been caught. But at any rate, that goes incomplete. Clock stops with 2:51. And yes, you got if the Tigers do not convert now, being out of timeouts with 2:51 remaining, all Hardaway's got to do is run the clock out. Tigers take it, sweep it out to the right. Now Ferguson will be caught in the backfield. And so Hardaway, under a total pursuit of the Tigers, just tear them down in the backfield. So the Tigers will go out there on defense, and they've got no choice but to make something happen. So I don't know, but I'm hoping these Hardaway coaches go ahead and lock it up and go home. But the Hardaway Hawks.
We've actually got some fans turning around and looking up here now, which, as you know, they're too loud if the fans can hear them.
Well, not only that, they probably listen to them on the radio. All right, so Hardaway, all they've got to do is just maintain the ball. 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Hardaway's 1 timeout left showing on the clock. Tigers have no timeouts left. So the Tigers have, if they want to make something happen, they've got to make something happen quickly. Like blitzing, strip the ball out, tackle the football, and we got whistles blowing still. So coming from the far side, let's see. Maybe there'll be another flag against Hardaway as the coaches hope. Let's see. So Cullum Irvin's coming in. He will Dace Godwin will come out with only a slight limp. Hardaway lines up in formation. They'll take the snap, run the ball straight up the middle. They'll pick up maybe a half a foot, and the clock continues to run. So that's what has to happen with Hardaway if they're going to win this football game. Let's see.
It looked like your freshman Quay Birdsong kind of led the host of Tigers there, pushing him back.
He sure did. You got to I know we've had our challenges tonight. It opened up. It started out really pretty the first game, but the first play of the game, but then the third play of the game, it kind of evened up, and it's been a toss-up the second quarter. But I tell you what, Hardaway has certainly owned this second half as they've come out and scored 2 touchdowns with 2 two-point conversions to kind of take this away from the Troup Tigers in their region opener. The ball's on the ground. Tigers have it. That's the kind of turnover you're looking for. With 1:53 remaining, the clock stops very quickly. The Hardaway Hawks got a little lazy on that handoff, and so you had a quick turnover. So that's the first turnover, I think, of the ball game. I don't know that
I think so, Greg.
It comes at 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. It's imperative that the Tigers score and score quickly because with no timeouts, they're going to have to come up and kick the ball off, preferably attempted an onside, and Hardaway will be set up for that onside. But you've got to go. So the Tigers have a double stack on either side of the tackle. Teo Todd drops back. He's got a man open the flat. They're going to push him out of bounds. He throws it over the middle. It is tipped.
I don't think he came up with it.
Well, I thought it was intercepted, but it's going to go down as an incomplete pass. 1:47 left in this contest. Teo Todd rolling out had Zy Varner and Nasser Easter dragging across the middle, so it looked good. And you had also Novell Dean. So you had 3 receivers in that area, and it just bounced off a defender's hand. So good that this goes incomplete. Ball still inside the 20 on the 19-yard line. 1:47. Troops down by 2 touchdowns. Actually, they're down by 15 points. Teo Todd takes a snap, fakes a handoff. He trips, and he's got to get out of bounds. He gets out of bounds at the 19, really back to the line of scrimmage. So really no gain on that. That'll stop the clock with 1:41. It takes about 6 seconds to run a play. That brings up 3rd down and 10. It's almost like the truth. They don't know. I mean, it's struggling to call a play that makes sense. And I know that when they do have it, it hits off the receiver's hands, and so then they try to run the football, and Hardaway's in absolutely great shape because they just keep pouring after him. Teo Todd takes a snap, throws it out to number 11, but he breaks the tackle. He gets down inside the 5, down to about the 2 is Novell Dean. Novell Dean caught that on a little out route, picks it up about the 14 to 15-yard line, breaks a tackle, sprints down the sideline, gets knocked out at the 2 with 1:33 left. Again, hey, miracles can happen. We talked about # believe in THS. I'm sorry, hashtag believe in THS. These fans are still sticking around because they believe something's good's going to happen. Well, not only do the Tigers need to score on this play, but they got to do a 2-point conversion and convert.
Well, Greg, you're a fellow Auburn graduate and an alumni and fan. All you got to have is 1 second.
All you got to have is 1 second, baby. You were right. Todd takes a snap, hands it off to A.J. Tucker up the middle. He's trying everything he could do. He gets down to the 1-foot line.
A little extracurricular activity
and
going
there's a
on
flag
the Hardaway
thrown.
side.
Yep. No, there's a flag thrown. You had Will Cooley coming up, blocking downfield. He was in the end zone, and you had a Hardaway Hawk trying to snatch him and throw him and slap him on the helmet. Now, granted, that's going to be a penalty against Hardaway. It's going to get us maybe 4 inches because we're about, what is it? The ball's about 6 inches off the line of scrimmage. With my binoculars, the ones you let me borrow.
Those are courtesy of a good friend of mine, Jeff Silvis.
Well, Jeff Silvis, thank you. I love these things. You don't mind if I take them home with you, do you? So I'm looking at the ball. It's a ball length from the goal line. So they could slide the ball forward maybe, 3 inches maybe.
Probably so. Give us a fresh set of downs. It should.
And that's exactly what he's doing. He slid it forward about 3 inches. So the ball is the tip of the football is at the goal line, literally at the goal line. Will Cooley, Zach Smith, Royce White, Braxton Truitt, Demetrius Hurd, all in that line of scrimmage. In the backfield, you've got A.J. Tucker, who is your big bruising back if you're going to give it a ball and run straight up the middle. So the Tigers come up. You got Jake Lane in motion. Takes the ball, gives it to A.J. Tucker. He should have scored. That's a touchdown Tigers at the 1:18 mark, and that'll bring it 28 to 20. Actually, 28-19. So Tigers have to convert to. .118 left in this football game.
Looks like they're going to kick it, Greg.
Hardaway 28.
They kick it, maybe go for an onside kick, and then the 2 at the end.
Well, they're down. That puts them down by 8 if they make it. And so let's see what happens. Take the ball, snap, kick it, put it up right through the uprights. So that is good.
Good to me.
All right, so at 118, that makes the score 28-20. Okay. That was a 1-yard run by A.J. Tucker. Keep it right here. as the Tigers and the Hardaway Hawks go to kind of decide what they're going to do. The Tigers have to do an onside kick. I'm wondering the thought process behind that, because even if you score and go for two, you tie the ball game. I guess Georgia High School, that would send it into overtime. I don't guess you'd end on a tie. It's been a long time since I've seen a high school football game end in regulation on a tie. So let's see what happens.
Well, that's best case scenario for us right now.
Absolutely. Well, I think Coach felt good about going ahead and if that is the strategy to make that type happen, because it was just split the uprights right down the middle.
Yeah, and we've been going with this 2-kicker set. I'd like to see which side this onside or pooch is going to go to here. Who's going to get the wink this time?
Well, you've got Zy Varner out here on this side, so I'm taking a guess that Bray is going to. Yep, it is. It gets. Oh!
It's up.
The Tigers have the football.
He's got it.
The Tigers have the football.
Number 7, A.J. Tucker comes up with it.
Let's see. A.J. Tucker, who just scored the touchdown, catches it on the numbers mark, and the coaching staff's over here doing their mics hollering, call timeout, and it didn't get down there fast enough. And the Tigers kicks it, and it bounces just pretty. It bounces up, and A.J. Tucker grabs it out of the sky. And the ball is Troup High will have it first down on the 45-yard line. They're going to back it up to the 48 now. They say that's where Tucker was tackled. So,
and what a showing by A.J. Tucker, a sophomore here in the second half.
Yeah, I think now they call a timeout. Hardaway calls a timeout. Guys, hashtag believe in THS. Hardaway 28, Troup Tigers 20. 18 left, but the Tigers have the football on an onside kick. We'll be right back after these messages.
This moment of relief brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with all your home and auto insurance needs.
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Wow, we have some excitement here as the Tigers take the snap. He's back. He's under some pressure. He throws the ball down.
It's almost intercepted.
Wow, that was not what we wanted. But I tell you what, he had A.J. Tucker on a little wheel route, on a go route. And if he'd have had a chance to wait one more second, which he didn't because unfortunately he was under too much pressure. But Todd took the snap, backed up about 6 feet, 6 steps, and threw the ball out. And he had another – if he had just one more second, that would have been 6 points right there.
You're right. That wheel route just came out right past that DB.
All right, so he's under some pressure again. Don't trip. He throws the football away. Good job. We still have 2 more downs to play. So we basically taken all our receivers and with 1:08 left, so we've gotten 2 downs very quickly. So 3rd down and 10. Ball's on the Hardaway 48-yard line. We've got to make a first down, but we've also got to be able to either you get in the end zone or you get out of bounds.
That's right. And they're still bringing a lot of pressure, having so many men back playing the deep ball.
Yeah, they're definitely playing prevent. They've got 2, 4, 6 DBs sitting back. So Jake Lane goes in motion. He sits on the right side. Todd takes a snap. He rolls out. He's running into pressure. He's going to take it up the middle, which keep running.
One man to beat.
Oh, they call it stepping out of bounds at the 6-yard line. What a tremendous individual effort by Teo Todd. He runs it up the middle. I'm saying keep running. He breaking tackle after tackle after tackle. He breaks on the sidelines. He's down. He pushed him out of bounds. He steps out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Almost scored a touchdown. 1 minute and 6 seconds. Guys, you should see the replay. What excitement this is.
Just putting the weight on his shoulders, just breaking tackle after tackle, like you said, sprinting down that left hash there, and one man to beat, and he just happened to step out of bounds himself.
Wow. Who would have thunk it when you take a freshman quarterback, it was 3rd down and 10, no timeouts left, and he runs it up the middle. And so good for Teo Todd. So here we go. Tigers first down and goal from the 6-yard lines. 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Remember, no timeouts left, so we got to score. He hands the ball up to A.J. Tucker. A.J. Tucker right up the middle. He keeps pushing.
He's going.
Pushing.
Push
He's
him.
going.
Push him. In the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Have they scored a touchdown yet? On the near side. Touchdown, Tigers with 59 seconds. Pound side, believe in THS.
What an ending, Greg.
Woo!
What an ending.
Well, I tell you what, it's 28-26. The Tigers have to, no doubt about it, they have to convert 2 points or boom. So, wow, we've worked so hard to come back. You got to get it done. You got to get it done. 59 seconds left and the Tigers score. So what's happening? Will Cooley looks like he wants to run off the field. That was A.J. Tucker, his second touchdown within a minute, within actually about 20 seconds.
Zy Varner down here at the far.
Tucker right up the middle. They got to push him in. They got to push him in. No, they hold him back. They do not convert. The Tigers are going to come up short. What a valiant effort, though. What a valiant effort. I don't see any flags on the field, but what a valiant effort for the Tigers to try to come back and make this happen. Still 59 seconds left in this ball game.
We've got time for another onside kick here, Greg.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Plenty of time left. 28-26. Man, it's just looks like there was a little bit of confusion on the offensive line with Will Cooley trying to run up and saying, hey, what do we do? What do we do? And then they just run it up the gut. 26-28, 59 seconds left in this ball game. No, both teams out of timeouts. So we're going to try to kick. They're going to try the onside kick, and I got a sneaky feeling it's going to come back to the same side. Not only because it's on the Troup side, because you got Zy Varner, you've got Andrew Townsend, you've got Nazar Easter. So you've got some good hands on both sides of the football. But I just got a sneaky feeling because Bray is not limping. I believe he's going to kick it over here. So let's see. Tigers line up, and they kick it to the other side this time.
How about?
Let's see. Did the Tigers recover it? The Tigers have recovered yet another football. Let's see
who comes up with it.
Who's got it? 27, DeMonte Reed comes up with that football. Let's see if they give it to him. First down, Troup Tigers.
What a game, Greg.
Wow, 2 in a row the Tigers have taken. Onside kicks. They're going to mark the football on the 42-yard line. So with 56 seconds left this game, guys, plenty of time. All we got to do is score a touchdown. We can get close enough to kick a field goal, but I believe the boys want a touchdown.
Hashtag believe in THS.
Don't you know it? We called that shot a while ago. Nobody's really left this stadium because I believe that they believe. Tigers lined up. Twin sets to the right, trips to the left. Todd takes it. He's going to flip. He's got –
great protection.
Oh, man. I want to say that going down the field, the umpires just missed that when Novell Dean was on a go route down the seams, and when he went by the defender, he just grabbed him and snatched him back.
When I looked up from the play there, he was about 5 yards away from his defender.
It was definitely there. So I'm sure that message is going to get relayed to Teo Todd because Teo Todd just came and talked to him.
Yep.
So let's see what happens. 2nd down and 10. The ball's on the far hash mark. It's also resting on the 43-yard line of Hardaway. Teo Todd takes a snap, takes a 2-step drop. He's going to let it go deep. He's got Easter. Oh, my word. Novell Dean went coverage. Up under. Well, actually, 4 guys. 4 guys on coverage of Novell Dean. Now, 3rd down and 10. Now
you got a flag here, Greg, on the 50 on our sideline right here.
It's 3rd down and 10.
Right here, about the 52-yard line. Coach is pretty much standing on it.
So that would be, it is, Coach Brewer. Well, that would be in the backfield, so that could be holding. It could be another personal foul. I was looking at, hit the quarterback late. Let's see what happens. It came from the side judge, and he's pointing toward the Tigers, so let's see. He got an illegal receiver downfield. That's what they're going to say. All right.
They're going to replay 2nd down, Greg, or is that going to stay on 3rd?
No, they're going to third down. Replay. All right, so you got 46 seconds left in this ball game. The whistles are blowing like, oh, we got confusion. I think some of the coaches are on the far side are arguing, kind of stating their case. It's second down. Second down. That's what they were doing, trying to get the down marker right. So it's Tucker takes a snap. He's under a lot of pressure. He throws it downfield. He bats it down. Again, he just didn't have the receivers, and he's trying to needle it, throw it into a needle's eye. He's coming over, and Coach Brewer's giving him the play.
For all the marbles here, fourth down.
Actually, the marker on the far side is showing third down. I thought it was fourth down.
I thought it was fourth. Maybe they replayed second after all, Greg.
Yeah, they did. So it's third down.
Okay.
Ball's resting on 49-yard line of Hardaway. You see you've got three wideouts to the left side, twins to the right. Todd takes a snap. He takes a step, drop back, got time. He throws it sideways.
He couldn't get out of bounds.
Can't get out of bounds. They roll it. You got to hustle up, Tigers. He does complete the pass. We do not pick up a first down. We pick up about 8 yards. It'll be fourth down.
Clock's ticking, 25 seconds. We need to get to the line.
And it's fourth down. And fourth down and 7. He takes a snap. He throws the ball downfield. And it's in and out of the hands of Buddy Wortham, if I'm not mistaken. Dwartney Wortham in and out of the hands. And so with that, it'll go over to the Hardaway Hawks with 15 seconds left in the game. What a valiant effort by the Troup Tigers. 2 onside recoveries to keep the dream alive, to keep the drive alive, to keep the hashtag believing THS alive. And they were doing it. And the Tigers are limping off the field, at least like he's got a slight limp. But what a great effort by the Tigers. And now all the Hardaway Hawks have got to do is just make sure they get the snap right and take a knee.
You can't say the Tigers gave up tonight, Greg.
Oh, absolutely not. They found that fight way down deep. Things were going for Hardaway's way really the entire second half. But with this, they just take a knee, and that should be the ball game, 11-10. So your final score, Hardaway Hawks 28, Troup Tigers 26. Troup Tigers fall to 0-3, 0-1 in the region. Hardaway improves their record to 2-1 to 1-0 in the region. And the coaches wave at each other, tip the hat, and kudos to Hardaway on a really good, gritty coaching staff, coaching game plan as they ran the right plays, and the players, I guess the second week in Callaway Stadium, they kind of gotten used to the turf here. I tell you what, guys, final score, Hardaway 28, Troup Tigers 26. You're listening to Troup High Football on Eagle Sports. We'll be back to wrap things up after these few short breaks.
Hi, football fans. Michael Lee from Glenn Smith Chevrolet Opelika. We love this time of year and all the excitement of football. We also love that Glenn Smith can play, part of supporting high school sports. We salute the team, coaches, bands, cheerleaders, and of course the families and fans. We're proud of your Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer of East Alabama and West Georgia. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC. Get ready to smile.
You still don't need to buy no ugly shirt now.
At Mud Creek Graphics, we have over 23 years of experience bringing you the very best in apparel printing. Our exceptional graphic artists will work with you to create beautiful custom designed t-shirts for any occasion. But that's not all. Mud Creek is there for you for the printing of banners and signs that will get your message across to everyone. We love supporting our local schools every year, so for your custom t-shirts, signs, banners, embroidery, and more, like Mud Creek Graphics on the Book of Faces, or visit us at 211 Greenville Street.
The world has changed, but your desire to live your healthiest life has not. From temperature checks to extra deep cleaning, your health and safety when you visit our offices, health parks, and hospitals remains our top priority. Our primary care and specialty medical experts are ready to see you through any health concern you may have. We are here for Georgia, and we are here for you. WellStar, more than healthcare, people care.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tigers high school football.
Wow. fans, I know that we didn't come out on the winning end, but I just know if you were listening, you felt the excitement coming out of Blake and Maya's voice, and just the adrenaline was pumping. That not only did we recover one onside kick with 1:18, but we recovered a second onside kick with 59 seconds. A.J. Tucker scored a 1-yard touchdown at 1:18, and we kicked the extra point to go 28-20. Then A.J. Tucker recovers the onside kick, and then A.J. Tucker scores a touchdown with 58 seconds left to make it 28-26. We tried to go to 2. A.J. Tucker grabbed it and just ran out of juice between the offensive line, and Hardaway just kind of crushed the line in. But what a comeback, what a ball game. And the fans, it had so much, I don't want to say boredom, but it had so much just lullness for a while, and all of a sudden, boom!
Yeah, the way through the second quarter, all the way through halftime and through the third quarter, and all the way really till 3 minutes left in the ball game. It was just kind of stagnant on the Troup sidelines here. But the guys, they mustered up enough energy and enough strength to try to draw a comeback. No loss really feels good, but the one where you almost had it just makes it feel that much worse. But the guys, they need to hold their head high. A couple of weeks ago we were looking at them versus Callaway. They made a lot of mental mistakes during the Callaway game. This game, not so many mental mistakes as it was missed tackles and things like that.
That's right.
So they're coming a long way.
Yeah. We mentioned at halftime how well the special teams has improved.
That's right.
The special teams are like 2 onside kickoff recovers, beautiful spiral punts, beautiful cover. The A+ performance tonight by the special teams for sure, Blake.
We need to tell Coach G he made a good HR decision.
Didn't he? He did. He sure did.
Himself.
But I tell you, what an exciting contest, particularly the last few minutes of the ball game.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And, you just knew fans, they weren't going anywhere. They really believed that they could come back, the Tigers could figure out a way, and they almost did. Almost did. What a heroic effort by Teo Todd to bust one 50 yards and step out of bounds at the 6-yard line to have then a fellow player, A.J. Tucker, who's only a sophomore, runs it in for the touchdown and just give these fans something to be so excited about. Not a good way to start your region contest. Coach Glisson told me, 3-4 weeks ago that his biggest concern was this Hardaway game is you got to get by, not just because it's the first region game, but because Hardaway they are one of the better teams in this region. So
they proved that tonight.
They proved it tonight. It's a different, I'm telling you folks, Hardaway team that showed up tonight and it was coached tonight was a different team that played Callaway last week. Taking nothing away from Callaway, but Hardaway was a different team tonight, and they showed it top to bottom, and they're gonna give this region 2 a run for their money for the rest of this year. Tell you what, join us Monday night at Your Pie Pizza. We'll be on the air with Coach Glisson at 7:30. You guys come on out, join us, have some pizza with us, talk football, listen to what the coaches have to say. Pull them aside after the show and talk with them and get your questions answered. But you know what? Next Friday night, we've had a change of venues. We will be hosting Spencer next Friday night here at Callaway Stadium, which will be senior night. A lot of schools are starting to do senior nights early. We kind of got caught with the touchdown clubs pushing hard to get the senior football player banners out on the fence this week. And so excited. But you guys come on out and enjoy the second region game of the year here at Callaway Stadium and a special night, senior night, next Friday night here at Callaway Stadium, 7:30 against the Spencer Greenway. Blake, it was a pleasure having you tonight. I'm so glad it worked out, and I had an exciting time hanging out with you, and hope there'll be some more opportunities for you to come join us in the future. Spence did a heck of a job as always. Chloe on the board, woman, great job. And with that, I'm Greg Hicks, your play-by-play tonight. I didn't take the place of Jack. You can't take the place of Superman Jack, but we appreciate him letting me have this opportunity to do this tonight. We've had a great time. Wish the outcome would have been a little bit different, but maybe we'll get them next week. With that, this is the Troup High Football Sports here on Eagle Sports Network. We'll see you guys next week.
At ML Aubrey, we are proud to sponsor the Troup Tigers this year.